NCN Sports is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. And by Teammates Mentoring. Join the team, be a mentor.
Lincoln, Nebraska is a place that knows a thing or two about high-quality volleyball. It's the home of one of the best big college programs in the country. It's home of the state championships every fall. And once again, tonight, it's the home of the Nebraska Coaches Association Volleyball Showcase. Some of the best high school senior volleyball players from the state of Nebraska, one final chance to show off in this state before they move on from here. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Lincoln North Star High School in Lincoln, Nebraska. You are watching the NCAA Volleyball Showcase 2026 on News Channel Nebraska. I'm Tim Hackett, extremely happy to have you with us, and extremely happy to be joined tonight by somebody else who knows a thing or two about high-quality volleyball in this state, Renee Saunders, the head coach from Scott Catholic. Welcome, or should I say welcome back to this event, Renee. How are you, and what can we expect tonight?
It's been a great day so far. We got to watch a little bit of practice. Super excited for this game. Two very evenly matched teams. I think we're going to see a great match, and I think we're going to see it right from the start.
It's a lot of high-quality volleyball on display. There's just one of the sets of fans that are here to watch some of the great talent from across the state descend on Lincoln tonight. Now let's introduce you to our third member of our crew, Jake Bartecki, who's with somebody else who knows a thing or two about volleyball in this state, Terry New Year, the head coach at Waverly.
Thanks, Tim. Joined now by, President-elect Terry New Year for the NCAA, also known as the Waverly volleyball coach by some. Coach, thanks for doing this. 40-plus years of the Senior Showcase. What has made it so special and so successful?
Right. Volleyball is just such a special sport across the state of Nebraska, from the collegiate level all the way down. And these seniors that are here tonight are just the epitome of what volleyball is in the state, and the greatness that comes out of it. So,
what's the goal of the Senior Showcase?
The goal just to show everybody from north to south, from Class A all the way down to Class D2. Somebody from your part of the state is great enough to play in this game, and it just represents the entire state, all schools across the whole state.
Well, you have 28 of the best senior volleyball players on the floor tonight in, as you said, the state for volleyball. To give these seniors, some of the best in the state, as we've talked about, one final go of it on the floor, how special is that?
It's really special. It's one last time that we get to see these kids before they're off to college, and they do great things in their college and in those careers. And the fans are here, from all of their hometowns and all of their schools, and you're going to hear cheers in little sections when somebody comes in and they announce their name, and here's their entire high school team that's come to cheer them on. And it's just a great event, and one last send-off for these kids.
Can we get a prediction from you?
Oh, I don't know about that. I say 2-2.
2-2. Spoken like a true coach. We really appreciate your time, Coach, and enjoy the event. We'll have more pregame coming up.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join. So start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Welcome back to Lincoln North Star High School. Just about ready to go for tonight's volleyball showcase. Here is a look at the entire roster of talent that you will see and hear over the next couple of hours. Renee, you and I have had the privilege of seeing a lot of these athletes compete over the last couple of years over the course of their high school careers. Their final show tonight, who are some of the names that you are looking forward most to watching?
On the red team, keep an eye for number 12, Peyton Sullivan from Hastings St. Cecilia, heading to Wayne State College, hit .450 this past season, the best of any class. Coach Worley said she's just been a difference maker every time they come in the gym. On the blue team, and I'm not being partial on this one, the coaches gave me this information, said to keep an eye on number 13, Avery White. She just communicates all the time and a great teammate.
Something that all coaches can agree on. Avery White's a player to watch. Let's go now to somebody else who knows a thing or two about quality volleyball in this state, our public address announcer, Rich Broderson, who will introduce all of the players here tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lincoln North Star High School for tonight's 46th annual NCAA Senior Showcase Volleyball match. Let's introduce the teams. We'll begin with the Red All-Stars. Wearing number 2 from Omaha, Concordia, Kira McNair. Coached by John Richard. Number 3 from Exeter, Milligan Friend, Cadence Halsey. Coached by Darin Boysen. Number 4 from Clarkson Lee, Kendall Schneider. Coached by Becky Schneider. Wearing number 5 from David City, Cameron Byrne. Coached by Tim Reed. Number 6 from Shelton, Aaron Gay. Coached by Misty Potter. Number 7 from Lincoln Southwest, Olivia Gustafson. Coached by Jess Kirkendall. Number 9 from Gretna, Maggie Miller. Coached by Whitney Wilbur. Wearing number 10 from Oakland Green, Brian Ray. Coached by Becky Rennerfeld. Number 11 from Overton, Daisy Ryan. Coached by Haley Ryan. Number 12 from Hastings St. Cecilia, Peyton Sullivan. Coached by Dylan Schumacher. Number 13 from Millard West, Taya Thaden. Coached by Joe Russell. Number 14 from Omaha West Side, Mackenzie Winchett. Coached by Andrew Worley. Number 15 from Omaha West Side, Madeline Lamb. Coached by Andrew Worley. And wearing the libero jersey, number 19 from Gretna, Lily Zimmerman. Coached by Whitney Wilbur. The assistant coach is Madeline Fosick from Exeter Milligan Friend. And the head coach from Omaha West Side, Andrew Worley. And now, please welcome the Blue All-Stars. Number 2 from Gulfport North, Hayden Hoof. Coached by Jenny Brinker. Number 4 from Blair, Emma Ammon. Coached by Jess Blanchard. Number 6, actually number 7 from Minden, Mila Emery. Coached by Julie Orenda. Number 8 from Columbus, Peyton Erb. Coached by Matt White. Wearing number 9 from Johnson County Central, Ashley Beasley. Wearing number 10 from Illinois, Taylor L. Sesson. Number 11 from Freeman, Alicia Johansson. Number 12 from Bennington, Hayden Leetzen. Sydney Hansen. Kim Barnett. Number 15 from Lincoln Luther, Bella Seuss. Coached by Susie Miller. Number 16 from Southwest, Karen Nell. Coached by Kim Barnett. Wearing the libero jerseys, number 20 from Kearney, Alyssa Bowder. Coached by Stephanie Brand. And wearing number 21 from Alaska Catholic, Merritt Brumman. Coached by Renee Saunders. The assistant coach for the Blue from Miller North, Lindsey Grant. Central, Tim Hitcher. Your officials for the showcase from Lincoln, Brian Reese, and from Columbus, Kim Kwiatkowski. The line judges are Derek Weedy and Eric Williams. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join us in Darin, America, with the singing of our national anthem. Today's anthem will be performed by a longtime NCAA member and teacher, Bob Flop, and his son Braden, a sophomore at Freeman High School.
Beatrice Community Hospital is proud to serve Beatrice and the surrounding area for over 100 years. We provide quality care with small-town hospitality. Our services include family medicine, OBGYNs, robotic surgery, diagnostic imaging, and more. We're excited to grow our services, including a new medical clinic building in the community of Wymore. We're proud to be a top 20 rural hospital. And thank you for trusting us to care for you and your family. Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close.
This is Nebraska, home to people that believe in family, community, faith, and country. And so does News Channel Nebraska, a news network dedicated to covering the stories, issues, and events that matter to Nebraskans. Honoring our veterans, practicing our faith, and celebrating the people who work hard every day to make our communities a better place. This is Nebraska, and this is home.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Just about ready to roll from Lincoln North Star High School in the capital city. One final volleyball showcase for 28 of the state's best graduating seniors, many of whom are going on to play volleyball in college at various levels, but all of them playing here on this floor together for the final time. We will look further down. We'll give you a further breakdown of both rosters over the next hour or so, and we'll wait to see which team emerges victorious. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight on News Channel Nebraska. Tim Hackett alongside Scott head coach Renee Saunders and our entire News Channel Nebraska crew. Extremely excited to have you aboard for this showcase tonight. Privileged to be a part of this here on NCN, a first for us, and we're extremely excited to be a part of this here tonight. All right, Renee, you know this sport extremely well, but you also know the territory of this event extremely well. So as we get started here tonight, let's walk through a bit some of the rule setups, because it's a little bit atypical. I can give you the baseline. We will play a best of 5, but we will play 4 sets minimum. So even if one team were to win the first 3, we will play a 4th. If we're tied at 2 sets all, we will play a 5th. Standard operating procedure there, but how the teams are broken down, and more importantly, who's available for both coaching staffs to use right now in set 1 is a little bit different perhaps than it would be in a standard high school volleyball match. How does it work?
In an opportunity like this, they want to make sure every kid's playing pretty equally. So you're going to see in the first set, you're going to see 1 set lineup for both teams. And in the second set, you're going to see a switch, and you're going to see another lineup in that. Now, with it, you're on a 6-2 versus a 5-1. There might be some opportunities where some players play in both sets at like a front row only opportunity. But for the most part, you're going to see everybody playing the first couple sets, and after that, they can mix up as they want.
The blue team will serve first with Mila Emery. First swing of the night for the red team, courtesy of Madeline Lamb. And the Omaha West Side product gets the red team on the board first here tonight.
It's one thing Madeline's so good at. She's able to go off high hands and tool that block and really use it on both ends. That time she uses it off the middle blocker's left hand for the kill.
Something that a player that her head coach, Andrew Worley, over there on the sideline knows very well, working together at West Side. First swing of the night for the blue team, and that's Hayden Leapsack on the swing. Dug out in the back, and then tipped at the nets. And down for a point for the red team. Right side kill for Annika Nelms. Or excuse me, for Mackenzie Winjet for the red team.
Yeah, Winjet there just being smart. A little bit of a trap set. Didn't have a whole lot of room to go around it. Able to find it off the block and earn the point for the red team.
Again, standard rules apply. First team to 25 wins. Big rip out of the middle for the blue team. That's Avery White. Player you know well, Renee, and a player that both coaching staff said we should watch out for.
Yeah, it wasn't just me. And it was funny. It wasn't even based on her volleyball playing ability. It was the fact that she does a great job of communicating and brings great energy to the court. And she's one that's been watching this game since she was 6 years old. We have, she's been around for a long time, and she just loves the game.
I loved that quote from her, and all these gals were so forthcoming with a lot of their personal stories and anecdotes and inspirations, and we'll do our best to tell you about those tonight. A serve for the blue team, and we're all squared up at 2 apiece. Hayden Leapsack drops it in.
Hayden Leapsack, one of the few servers in Nebraska that has that, I call it a flip and rip. Ooh. She's just going to throw it up there and rip that top spin serve to the red team.
Let's sit back and watch. Big up on that serve. Good dig and a good swing for Lamb on the left side. So they had that big set, or the big serve rather, from Leapsack, but the red team were able to control and get an in-system ball for Lamb to terminate.
That's kind of what you're hoping for on the top spin, is that ball to drop on that end line. They think it's going out, it drops on the end line. Second one, Lily Zimmerman, such a great libero from Gretna, able to pass it into system, and then Madeline Lamb with the tool on the right side hands.
Maybe two of that is Lily Zimmerman in the white jersey for the red team. Good back set. Winjet on the right side. Cross court won't go. Tipped at the net by White. Somehow they're able to joust it over. The red team controls with Maggie Miller. Back row attack. First we're seeing that tonight. Leapsack has the dig for the blue team. Here's Ashley Beathy with the big swing. And right on cue, it's Zimmerman with the block. Middle swing and a kill for the red team. Good setup in our longest rally of the night. And there's Peyton Sullivan on the termination.
Peyton Sullivan. Coach Worley right away when I went up to him in practice, I was like, hey, who do we need to keep our eye on? And he said Peyton Sullivan. And I said, why? He's like, she just seems to be in the right place at the right time, and that's just a great sign of a great player.
You hinted at it right off the top, but sometimes we say numbers never lie, Coach. As Ashley Beathy's shot is blocked. Good set. We'll try it again for the right side. Zimmerman on the dig. Off the net, roll shot, Katie Tazi, her first swing of the night, ends up into the net, and a point for the blue team. Sometimes stats don't tell the full story. We say numbers never lie, but sometimes they do deceive. When you're talking about Peyton Sullivan, we'll tell you more about that, but a 450 attack percentage, that'll translate no matter where you are. There's Lamb on the dig, on the service reception. Back set for Winjet, through the block, but dug back middle by Leapsack. Libero with the setup that time on the right side swing for Avery Whites for the blue team. Beathy in stride through the blocking down. And the blue team with the termination from one of their top pins. Ashley Beathy has had a monster career for Johnson County Central.
And she's a fun player to watch. I mean, she stood out right away in practice today. She's physical at the net. She's big stature, and she's able to hit a pretty heavy ball. So it's fun watching her play.
Longtime viewers on News Channel Nebraska will recognize Ashley Beathy's name for her performance in the Budekis tournament a couple of months ago. Second ace of the first set. This time it's Marin Brummond on the blue team who tips it over the net and down. Shooters roll.
Marin's one of the few kids you see that does a standing float serve, but that ball is wicked off of her hand the way it floats.
Doesn't move at all, but gets some real angle. Doesn't move her feet at all, but gets some real angle on the serve. Good quick middle swing. Mila Emery with the setup. Peyton Erb with the termination.
Yeah, good transition volleyball there from the blue team. Able to get off the net, get right back in, and Miley finds her in transition in the middle.
5 straight points now for the blue team, and their third ace of this first set. Marin Brummond delivers again.
That ball, you can't tell from up here, but it floats and it drops. There's a lot of movement on it.
What makes it so difficult to read? See how Kaden Tazi picks it up. Usually a good serve receiver. Gets enough on it there. Tapped down by Peyton Sullivan, but the blue team fields. Free ball here, set for Maggie Miller. Right side swing, Winjet off the hands of Beathy and down for the side outs.
It's that hand contact. If servers have great hand contact, they get it straight up and down. They're able to get that ball to move really, really well. And it's fun watching these pin players battle the pin blockers. It's kind of like one-on-one every time, finding hands, finding ways to get kills.
Love that shot right on the pin. You saw what Winjet was seeing and got off the outside hands of Ashley Beathy. Will they go to her? They will. Beathy tries to return the favor, and she will. Tools it off the other side of the block. We might see that pin cam right back.
Power right off the bat. Beathy, 2 big swings, able to terminate on both of them.
As we said, longtime NCN viewer, dedicated NCN viewers will remember Ashley Beathy from that Mudecas tournament where she carried Johnson County Central to the win. They were undefeated going into the state tournament this year. For head coach Tim Hedger, who's on the sideline here tonight for the team wearing the blue tops. Back set and a back row swing for Liebsack. Can't get it to go. Miller out of the middle. Big swing, Aaron Gegg. Set right back and then down on the right side by Mila Emery. Continue to fight for it, and the blue team wins a bit of a helter-skelter points.
Yeah, blue team's got a little bit of advantage because they have Bella Schutz and Miley Emery, who are both able to set and hit at a really high level, so they can just leave those 2 out there, go all the way around, and it gives different matchups, different settings, like different tempos on the set. It's just blue team's they've got a lot of really good athletes over there on the court right now.
One of the things that I wanted to bring up is that difference, is that they do have a couple of setter/hitters, and the red team does not necessarily have that at their disposal. So it's just a difference in approach, difference in roster construction. Nobody's choice per se. That was Kaden Tazi on the kill for the red team. Here she goes again through the blocking down, back-to-back kills for Kaden Tazi. Well, she's one of the players that I've enjoyed watching the most over the last few years. Graduating senior from Exeter Milligan Friends.
And she's such a tempo player. I coached her in the club this past season, and she does a great job. Swing to hit. Maggie Miller finds her in her rhythm, and Caden's able to terminate.
Good serve by Winjet, but Marin Brummett is able to get down to her knees to dig it up. Tip drill, and a good dig by Kaden Tazi. He's good at that too. Fork free by Aaron Gegg. Diving dig by Liebsack. It goes outside the antenna, but they'll play on. Gegg throws it over. Middle swing, tip drill for Peyton Erb. That's fielded by Miller. Bump set, Hazy off the net, not a lot on it. Chance here for the blue team. It's Bella Suits with the setup. Tipped over by Mila Emery. There's that right on cue, coach. That's what we were talking about. One setter with the setup, the other setter with the swing. It's not a perfect swing for Mila Emery, but it ends up at a point for Team Blue.
Yeah, and good idea by Maggie Miller to try to catch blue team off guard, trying to transition out of it. Setter comes off the net. That's a great opportunity for them to dump in the middle of the court because your wing people tend to cheat back. Great idea, just it couldn't quite execute.
Right off the top of the net, the blue team has been running that unintentional play all night so far. Back set for Emery. She's convinced that it's going to hit the floor, and it does. She knew that it was going down even after it got the first touch from the back row in the red team. That's Kyra McNair, and she knew it was going down anyway.
Emery's such an explosive player. She's just fun to watch on that right side. She's able to go up and swing hard, but she has range, and she can hit deep around that block.
Beathy back to serve again. Ties up Lamb a little bit. Sends Miller over the sideline. Lamb has to fork it over. Suits finds it out of the middle. Big rip by Peyton Erb, and she throws it down once again. The blue team in sync. And what we're seeing so far tonight, Renee, is there's a lot of different players from a lot of different classifications out there tonight. As we bring in the third member of our team, Jake Bartecki, as he's having the chance to meet with some of these athletes over the course of this week, they're enjoying getting the chance to move cross classifications.
Takeaways that we had from Andrew Worley, head coach for Omaha West Side, was how talented these players were from top of the class to the bottom of the class, from A to D. Said there really wasn't much of a discrepancy, and you got to remember Andrew Worley is an Omaha West Side coach, so he's talking up a Class D group and from the Class A levels. We'll step aside.
One of the things that I find so fascinating, Renee, is that concept of this is bringing everybody together. I know you know the big school classifications well. I have the privilege of seeing some of the smaller school classifications over the course of the year. This is giving a lot of these gals the opportunity to play together for the first time, play on this floor for the first time, play in an atmosphere like this for the first time. Now, a lot of them have been to the state tournament, so even bigger atmospheres than that, but play together, play across classifications, which is never something you get the opportunity to do during the fall.
You don't. I mean, every once in a while you'll have a little bit of cross-classification within one or two, but I tell you what, the talent in this state is deep. From A to D2, I do a ton of camps in the summer, and I see a lot of different gyms, and that we are blessed with high-level coaches and high-level players from Class A all the way down to Class D2, and there's a lot of kids that could go on to play college volleyball everywhere. And I mean, that's a credit. It's a credit the colleges in the area. It's a credit the clubs in the area. And honestly, like, there's just no other place like it.
Second 5 straight point run for the blue team here in this first set. And while you heard from Jake, Class A coach Andrew Worley had to call a timeout to try to rally his troops, and he's going to get a free side out courtesy of that long serve from Ashley Beathy. And sometimes, Renee, that's all you need is just a little bit of a break.
After a 5-point run, I think you can allow her a missed serve.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
She goes on a great run, creates a little separation in the game. Now the red team's really got to fight to try to come back and try to find something that's working for them.
Cadence Hazi's a great server as well for EMF. Left pin swing for Hayden Liebsack won't go. Off the net, it's Lamb. Gets a hands touch. Sit right back over the net. Here's Erin Gegg out of the middle. Pinballs down for a kill for Erin Gegg, superstar basketball player on her way to Hastings for that, but pretty good volleyball player as well in the middle of the nets.
Yeah, a great play by her. A little bit off the net there, able to rally back, get behind it, and still make a good swing and catch the blue team off balance.
Hayden Hazi has EMF's career record in kills and aces. Extends that one a little bit too long, however.
Cadence can go on serve runs.
Yeah.
She's got a pretty wicked little serve there, and I mean, it's all her arm swing is so quick. I mean, that's what makes her such a great player. She's got this really quick, short arm swing, and it's what is an advantage when she's hitting on the pin as well.
The other unique setup for an event like this is there is the concept of immediate timeout once a team gets to 15 points, unless a team calls a timeout at some point in the rally prior, which we saw from the red team. So that would have been the opportunity for the immediate timeout, but since the red team took one earlier in this stanza, there will not be an extra one unless there is another timeout taken. Attack went long. Gegg rejected on the left pin by Liebsack and Emma Ammon. First straight up block of the night for the blue team.
That was a high-level block by Liebsack to get up, turn that left hand in, had nowhere to go on that swing. Hayden's a great outside hitter and a great blocker.
Red team led 2-0 and then 4-2, and they have not led since. It's 17-9 blue. Good set by Miller on the left side for Lamb, who had the first point of the night. Won't get one there. Bella Suits out of the back row. It's Beathy. That's something she can do well. Diving dig by Zimmerman to keep it alive, and then thrown down for a kill by Gegg. Nicely done by the red team to get that points.
Yeah, Maggie Miller a little sneaky there. She's tried to dump twice, a little bit short. That time she sends a deep corner to zone 1, and blue team didn't have anybody rotate over to pick up that ball.
No mistake, good call by you. That is Miller on the center kill. One of my favorite plays in this sport when it works well. Long drive serve, tipped down for a kill on the right side. And the blue team has been able to work that right side quite well so far tonight. Our first set is brought to you by John Henry's, our family serving yours. And now it's Mila Emery serving for the blue team. She's had a big night so far. Minden Grad on her way to Concordia, not too far from here in Seward. Liebsack with the tip, joust at the net, and Liebsack's going to win that battle against Maggie Miller. And that's one of the things you and I were talking about over the course of this week, Renee, how these two teams are built.
Yeah, Liebsack there. It's normally whoever touches second on those tight balls is going to be the one that wins. And on that one, I think Liebsack was so much in Miller's space. Miller didn't really have a choice. And setters are usually the ones that win that ball. So Liebsack did a great job handling it.
Got a slide attack. First time we've really seen that tonight from Peyton Sullivan. Now they'll go more standard for Peyton Sullivan, and she slams it down. The St. Cecilia star with the termination.
Such a quick transition there. 2 steps off, 2 steps in. Open hole in the block, able to put it away.
Great look at our instant replay from Sartor Heyman. Saw that block split. Emma Ammon was too far towards the middle, and Sullivan just split the wickets. Nicely done. Miller with the serve. Grumman, the libero's back in. Emery to the left side for Liebsack. Had 2 blockers there, but she's able to get it off the block and down. The Bennington alum on her way to Metropolitan State University of Denver, number 12 in the blue.
And just doing it from everywhere, from the service line, from the attack line. Just an all-around player. She can pass, she can play defense, and obviously she can also block some balls.
No kidding. Blue team first to 20 tonight. And here's that big serve we told you about earlier. Just a little bit too big this time, though, Renee.
Yeah, every once in a while it can get away. And that time it just didn't have its normal spin and kind of carried itself out of bounds. But with a server like her that you know can go on a long run, you're going to give her permission to just go up and rip it.
That was my next question for you as a coach, is like, what's your ratio that you're looking for when you know you've got a big server who's really going to go for an ace like that all the time? Ask you that in a second. Big termination from Peyton Sullivan. Back-to-back kills for her. She's clearly in a rhythm. So if you got a big server like somebody like Cadence Hazy maybe, or Hayden Liebsack, somebody who's going to give you a ton of aces, what's kind of the ratio that you're looking for?
I mean, in an ideal world, it's 2-to-1 ace to arrow.
Okay.
That would be great. The better the players are, the harder it is to get that
Sure.
ratio.
We're certainly seeing that. Well, here's a termination. No ace necessary when you got Ashley Beathy on that left pin. What a great year she's had. And I love the comment from Tim Hedger, who's the head coach of the blue team, who, of course, is Ashley's head coach at JCC, coached her sister there as well. And he said, this is a great opportunity for me. It's a privilege to be a part of this. But also, he highlighted her, said it's a great opportunity to coach her one last time. It shows you how much she has meant to him and to JCC's success. There's somebody who's meant a lot to EMF's success. Another triple-barrel team name, Cadence Hazy with the finish for the red team.
Yeah, just back and forth. These two teams are slugging it out. It's like you don't realize what the score is till you look up at it. And I know it's 21-14, but those last three plays were some pretty high-level power volleyball plays.
Both teams, I think, are starting to settle in a little bit. Might be too late in this set for the red team, but the good news is we have a guaranteed 3 more coming, regardless of what happens over the course of the night. And the blue team's been able to work that right side quite often.
They have. They've had a lot of success on that side, and it's obviously part of their game plan. But when you have Beathy on the outside and you've got Herb in the middle, you have a lot of weapons that you have to respect. It creates a lot of space in the block.
It gives you that one extra opportunity, and Mila Emery has lived up to that. She got 6 kills in this first set now. Big swing on the right side, right on cue for Mackenzie Winjet, who has certainly done some damage on that side for the red team.
She has, and it's a little bit different blocking matchup. She's actually got Beathy on her, which is a pretty big block, but Herb a little late to close, and she's able to hit through it. Just a smart play there by Winjet.
On to serve now, Winjet, the West Side alum, on her way to Lehigh. Drummond with the reception, not a lot on it, but they're still able to get it over to Beathy for a big rep. Good up by Lamb, back middle. Set from Miller, not sure who it was going to, but Hazy is able to field and get a decent swing. In stride for Beathy. Towards the corner, gets fined by Zimmerman to keep it alive. Miller goes into the scorer's table to keep it up for the red team. Diving dig, pushed right back over, tapped down by Hazy, won't go. Now Beathy in stride off the hands of Gegg, and out for a kill. Ashley Beathy heating up here in set 1.
Yeah, she's got quite an arm on her. I've never seen JCC play, and so this is my first time, and I'm thoroughly impressed by her ability to, number one, not just hit a heavy ball, but she's got more than one shot. It's not all power coming out of that arm. She's a fun player to watch.
She was so fun to watch this year. She has a pro approach, Renee, is how I described it. She has the ability to swing in so many different ways, as you just hit on. There she is out of the back row. Zimmerman with the dig, but right to the net. Tapped down at the net by Peyton Herb. She's had a couple of kills in this first set, and that's set up by the serve from Ashley Beathy. Set point now for the blue team.
Yeah, Peyton is an athletic middle. She can do all of it. That time, Kim Kwapanowski was pretty nice on. She might have reached over just a little bit on that one.
Wonder how tight things are going to be called in this event.
No, in this one, they want those kids to go out and like have fun and be athletic and go after. And shout out to Kim last night, won our National Women's Athletic Leadership Alliance Official of the Year.
That's our up judge here in the top left of your picture right now. We'll talk a little bit more about all of our officials over the course of the night as well. Can't have an event like this without them. One set point saved courtesy of Aaron Gegg, and now it's Hazy ready to serve. Liebsack off the net, off the body of Hazy towards the rafters here at North Star. Lamb is still able to get a swing on it, looking for a touch. Let's see what our officials call this time. Nothing doing, and the blue team rolls to a win in set 1, 25-16. They hardly ever trailed. Impressive start.
Blue team had it firing all cylinders.
Peyton Herb out of the middle. Ashley Beathy on the left side. Mila Emery on the right side. There she is. And the blue team wins set 1, 25-16. Slide it tonight from Peyton Sullivan. Now they'll go more standard for Peyton.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Summer is the peak season for outdoor construction, landscaping, home improvement projects, and accidental contact with overhead power lines. NPPD and your local public power utility remind you, before you extend that ladder or raise that boom, look up and look out for overhead power lines. Staying aware could save your life. Powering the state. Empowering your safety. Nebraska Public Power District.
A lot of special things going on tonight on top of just the volleyball being played, the high-level volleyball being played. The AVCA, the American Volleyball Coaches Association, is on hand. It's Kennedy Wells out of the middle, and our 4 coaches, 2 per side, receiving AVCA memberships by virtue of their work here tonight.
Yeah, American Volleyball Coaches Association has been around for a long time, and they're really putting a lot of work into really building up the high school level, junior level coaches. Kennedy Wells works his tail off for the AVCA, and I'm blessed to serve our coaches as one of the board members on the interscholastic high school side. And so being in those board meetings and seeing the work that they're doing, and they're really trying to build the high school product and keep making it better and better, not just in Nebraska, but everywhere.
Can you tell us what an organization like that does, especially for the coaches around the country?
It brings us all together. I mean, it's like the ultimate networking. You know, not only do we get to go see matches, you know, the Final Four, but we get to go and meet other coaches and like stand next to them and learn from them and get to know them and get ideas from each other. It's the ultimate networking opportunity to meet people from everywhere and how they do it and what's going on. So it's fun. It's a great organization.
I love that concept. This is one of the storylines tonight, is bringing a lot of different people together, athletes from Southwest Nebraska up here to the Metro, Northeast Nebraska and Southeast Nebraska uniting. An organization like that, and other sports have their own Coaches Association equivalents, right? But that type of organization brings all of you guys from all different parts of the country, all different walks of life, all different backgrounds together. And these 4 coaches that we have here tonight are fantastic examples of that. I mean, Tim Hedger's story, he said he grew up in a small town in Iowa where boys volleyball was never really even a thing. So now he's here coaching girls volleyball and coaching it at a high level as well. And you got Andrew Worley's done a tremendous job at Westside, and the assistant coaches, Lindsey Grant was a standout at Burke. Madeline Fosek has had a tremendous young career at first at Exeter Milligan and now at Exeter Milligan Friend, bringing in the state tournament 2 out of 3 years at a small school. What these 4 coaches have done in their careers here in Nebraska is really impressive.
It is, and we're blessed in the volleyball community in general. We're very giving and sharing and in networking organization. Like volleyball coaches share with each other, volleyball coaches know each other, volleyball coaches want to help each other, because we know at the end of the day, if we help each other, we help the kids. And I think that's what we want to accomplish as coaches. We want to make the experience as good as possible for the kids that are playing on our teams and make the experience special and fun, but also competitive and you know, get the most out of them and do what we can do.
So if you're tuning into this match to see a specific athlete and you didn't see them in set 1, you will very likely see them here in set 2. And that's our first real call from our officiating crew here tonight. I'm going to call the blue team for a double contact to start set 2. All right.
Could have called probably 3 things. A little bit of a net, a little bit of a double, little bit of a foot over.
And we'll call that an ace for Kendall Schneider out of Clarkson Lee. Slides that through the back line. 2-0 red team to start set 2.
And Kendall's just a great leader. She's been on that Clarkson Lee team for a while. Her mom was the coach. Just a leader, great kid, great energy. hopefully gets that red team going again in set 2.
Back set by Hayden Booth, who's on the floor for the first time for the blue team. They'll try again. Right side swing goes into the net from Alicia Johansson. They didn't see it initially, but now they will call that. So now our officials get involved again. Absolutely the right call. Freeman standout, state champion Alicia Johansson, 11 in the blue, who misses her first swing of the night. 3-0 red team to start.
We're going to see a little bit of what we saw in the first set, I think, of the getting to know you part, right? Like they haven't, these kids haven't been out there yet, so this is going to be their first opportunity to play in this crowd, to play in these jerseys, you know, and to be in this showcase. And so I think there's going to be a little bit of the ugliness at the beginning, and then after they work through it, then they should be good to go.
Well, talk about being cold, right? I mean, typically you're not sitting for an entire set. Often you'll rotate in unless you're, your A1 player. That's Briar Ray on that kill for the red team. They lead it 4-0. Tight set by Booth, forked over by Johansson, won't go. And thrown into the corner for a kill for the red team. That's Taya Thaden with her first touch of the night.
Yeah, great job there by Taya to throw that ball across the court when the blue team was all on this side. We've got Cam Burns in there right now, who has been one of the highlight players, but she wasn't in the first set, so we didn't highlight her. But she's heading to Drake. Lefty, might be the only lefty in the match, and another just big right side. I feel this is a right side heavy game.
That's going to go to her right now, right on cue. Renee, 5 in the red and black. Cam Burns with that swing. Didn't get a lot on it, and a good dig for Alyssa Bauer to set it up for a left pin swing for the blue team. And Taylor Elsasser, one of my favorite names in the event tonight, gets the blue team on the board here in set 2.
Yeah, kind of ended the bleeding on that one. Schneider with a great service run, getting the red team out to a quick start after obviously a tough first set for the red team.
And that's so interesting about this is that, I mean, hardly anybody that had any effect on the first set. That's not, completely 100%. We do see Bella Suits out there, for example. But, the red team said, hey, look, we lost set 1, but it wasn't us that did that, so the rest of us going to come in and show what we can do. And they are showing what they can do. How about that middle swing?
Yeah, I think they just put that one away, and it's rare to see that great of a connection with the setter in the middle when you only have like 3 practices.
That's a great point.
That's pretty impressive to run that tempo. She's up on that ball before it even comes out of her hands. That's impressive.
Tight serve. Here's a swing from Bella Suits on the left side. Finally, an in-system opportunity for the blue team. What a storied career she's had playing at Lincoln Lutheran under the vaunted coach Sue Ziegler, who retired this year after a tremendous career. Bella was a 3-time state champion at Lincoln Lutheran, which is probably about as decorated of a career as you're going to have.
Yeah, and we got to see her in the first set as a setter. We get to see her in this set as a hitter, which should be fun.
Cameron Burns with that right side swing, as Renee was talking about, but the blue team is able to get to that one and tap it down for a kill for Annika Nelms on that left side.
Annika Nelms head into Iowa Western next year. They've got a great program over there, coached by Joby Ramos.
She and her sister Kira have anchored Southwest for the last couple of years and got them here to Lincoln a couple of years in a row. A serve, another one for the blue team. Taylor Elsasser with the delivery.
And Taylor getting to play for her coach one last time over there with Lindsey Grant being the assistant. Taylor is just a great all-around player. I think I've known her since she was in 7th or 8th grade.
She says she's undecided about her college plans and wants to pursue a pre-dental track. So, you got a ton of great athletes out here. You got a ton of great students as well. So many of these gals, I mean, obviously they're here because they're excellent at volleyball, Renee, but so many of these gals excel in other things. Certainly other sports, pretty common for a lot of these gals, almost all of them. But, I mean, you got tremendous academic performers. You got people that are excellent in the community. With faith and service organizations, things like that. This is a really, really good representation of all of these school communities and the state of Nebraska in general as Daisy Ryan gets on the board here tonight.
Yeah, I think volleyball players, we're very type A personalities, and we like to do everything really well. And so I think that as we read through their forms, it was very obvious that these are a bunch of high achievers who want to do great things in life, whether it's playing volleyball or just going to med school, whatever it might be, but absolutely well-rounded group of athletes.
Perfect segue for this server, Kira McNair out of Concordia High School, on her way to Creighton, but not to play volleyball. She's going to go into physical therapy as her career of choice. Burns with the tip, diving attempt by Alyssa Bauer, can't quite get to it, and the tip drill kill works this time for David City's Cameron Burns.
Yeah, Cameron decides the set brings her inside. A lot of times when that happens, there's a little bit of space over the block, and she just gets enough on it that the block can't reach it, and neither can the defense.
Red team never won more than 2 points in a row in set 1, and they've won 4 in a row here in set 2 after winning 6 of the first 7. Big rip on that left pin for Olivia Gustafson, and she sends it a little bit too long. Her first swing of the evening, can't quite finish it off. She was second in Class A in kills for Lincoln Southwest this year, but can't get on the board here tonight.
Yeah, she's a long physical outside, and as you can see, she can bring the heat.
No kidding.
There's no doubt about that. Just got to finish off that swing for the kill.
She got to practice at home this week, as all these athletes have been practicing at Lincoln Southwest, is where all the basketball athletes are right now as well. More on them as we go along. Back set, Kendall Schneider as Burns again on that right side. It's through the blocking down. You identified that right at the start of this set, Renee. What about this rotation, if you will? This setup of athletes has led the red team to attack this right side more with Burns.
She's just, well, remember, she's a lefty. She's probably, I think, between her and Avery White, I think all year were 2 of the top-rated right sides in the state. And so we're getting to see them go kind of head-to-head. But she's just, once she gets hot, Cameron can go on runs and get kill after kill after kill. She's very long and very physical, and she just finds a way to score.
Booth nearly went under the net on that serve, or on the set rather, but Bella Such was tight to the net, ends up sending it into the hands of the red team. And Burns will now go back to serve. David City's career leader in kills and digs. She said Merritt Beeson is her role model. Pretty good choice. Was her club coach for a little bit there, Merritt Beeson. A lot of Nebraska fans on this. These 2 rosters, no surprise.
Great shot there by Elsasser, finding it out of the back row. Hayden Booth not afraid to set that back row. Let Elsasser swing and find high hands for the kill.
There's Bella Suits. We told you a little bit about her. 3-time state champion at Lincoln Lutheran, and one of a handful of the players on these rosters on their way to Wayne State. Sent over by Daisy Ryan. Free ball opportunity for the blue team. In system, slide attack by Peyton Erb, but she gets roofed. The red team was ready for that one. Telegraphed that slide attack.
Yeah, and Gustafson, the key to blocking a slide is you can't really float a ton with it. You've kind of got to stand your ground with it and then get the block and then let your momentum take you. Great job there.
You had an outside one-on-one to the left, sliding out against a sliding middle hitter. She got a one-on-one stuff. That is impressive. Big rip by Briar Ray, won't go. Dug out by Alyssa Bauer. They'll try this left pin. Here's Annika Nelms. It's through the hands of Kira McNair and down for a kill for the Southwest standouts.
I think I mentioned in the first set that Herb can just do some crazy athletic things, and that was one of them on that block. That was, we like to call those a Superman block, Superwoman block.
I've been super impressed by all of these athletes so far. The Libros will switch jerseys when they're not playing that specific role, so that's Marin Brumman wearing the number 6 now, and she will slide in an ace. I think that's 6 aces now for the blue team in the match. They have rolled in this phase of the game.
Yeah, and rarely do you see a team leading the serve and pass battle not winning the match.
Sure, that's 3 now for Brumman just by herself. Big swing, Briar Ray. Suits got a piece of it, and it's going to end up on the floor for a dig-kill combo for Bella Suits. That'll work.
Protecting her face and gets a kill. Way to get her hands up on that one. That ball was coming in hot. She's able to get hands up, deflect it, and keep it in play for the kill.
Using the whole body to stop the attack and then pull off one of her own. Not easy to do. Quick set, tap down, good effort on the dig, but it'll still go down as a kill for Daisy Ryan. Great story that she brings to the table as well. I'll tell you about her in a second. Our second set is presented by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, and proven RMV Construction. Right on cue, Daisy Ryan back to serve for the red team. Overton standouts. Player that has won a ton of games over the course of her career. Setter kill for Hayden Booth. Nicely done. You talk about stellar volleyball family. Hayden Booth, say no more.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of the volleyball genetics in her between her mom being the head coach at Creighton and now the business office for Love. Then her sister Reese at Northern Iowa. And then Hayden heading to Bradley. Smart play by her.
Hayden Booth, Elkhorn North standout on her way to Bradley, joining her sister in the college volleyball ranks. Elsasser with the left pin kill won't go. Booth calls the shots. It's Brumman with the setup. Elsasser tip trail. Good dig by Burns to keep it alive. Swing by Briar Ray off hands and down for a kill for the red team. Our best rally of the night. And the red team wins it to take us into our first official media timeout of the night. You'll see if both teams are ready for it. This is not something everybody is used to, and now our officials ready for it as well. A red team first to 15 here in set 2, trailing the match 1-0.
Here's what you can expect on News Channel Nebraska. The top local news headlines all morning, plus 8 a.m. Mass with Father Joe. Stay up to date throughout the afternoon with the NCN News app. And tune back into NCN throughout the evening for the latest developments on major stories along with live high school and college sports. News Channel Nebraska. Independent media for all Nebraskans. NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
You told me earlier this week that the talent from Class A to Class D has been really strong. Is that on display? Are you feeling that again tonight?
Everybody's incredible. Everybody's competitive, and we're all just living our best lives playing volleyball.
Aaron, thanks for the time.
Thank you so much.
Jake, Aaron, thank you very much. Well done. Superstar athlete and superstar sideline reporter. You got to see a standout solo block for Taya Thaden in the meantime. The red team's got their biggest lead of the night. Here's Burns looking to add to it. To her knees, Suits with the dig. Booth sets it up for Elsasser. Tip drill, dug out somehow by Kendall Schneider. And the red team keeps it alive. Booth out of the middle. It's Johansson, who's yet to get on the board here tonight. And out of the middle, the red team will finish it off again. It's back-to-back points for Taya Thaden, who's had a big set too.
Yeah, red team's having a lot of success in the middle of the court just because they're single blocking right now on the middles and those holes. Daisy Ryan and Taya Thaden are both able to work around that middle blocker and find ways to score.
Two-time honorable mention All-State at Millard West. Taya Thaden on her way to Sioux Falls. The blue team is able to finally dredge out of this little hole. It's just a totally different second set compared to set 1. The blue team was completely in control, really, for the entire frame. We got a ways to go yet here in set 2, Renee, but it's been the red team that it's been in control so far here in this frame.
This is what we want for an all-star game, right? We want to see back and forth. We want to see them competing hard, and I think so far we're getting exactly what we were hoping for.
Good up by Bauer to set up this right side swing for Bella Suits, and she's able to finish it off. As that setter-hitter duo, she's a player that has the ability to hit from all over the floor. And, of course, when she's setting, like we saw in set 1, she has the ability to hit for herself as well. We won't see that as much from Hayden Booth, though. Of course, she does have a kill to her name in this game as well, so shows what I know. Big rip by Burns, looking for the line, and she's got it. Cameron Burns on fire here in set 2.
Yeah, Cameron's someone you don't want to heat up if you're on the blue team, because once she gets going, she can hit a 2-2 shot, she can burn you down the line, and she can hit deep zone 1. The kid has all the shots, and she's a difference maker. She can take over a match.
Cameron is burning this blue team right now, that's for sure. Booth in stride, it's Suits. Did she sneak it through? Yes, she did. Bella Suits slides it through. She's had a nice set, too, for the blue team.
Yeah, great block set up there but with Thaden and Burns, just not quite pressed over and able to get the kill.
Good look at it on our instant replay. Beatrice Community Hospital. Taya Thaden got a piece of it, but nowhere near enough. It's Gustafson on their serve receive. Sliding in to get a piece of that shot was Thaden. Bump set Bauer. Roll shot that's on a Nelms and not quite able to get enough of it to send it over the net. Another point for the red team.
Nelms looked a little bit early on that one. I think she's primarily mostly a right side.
Exactly my
and
point, yeah.
So she's not really used to playing that outside. Timing's a little bit different. The ball, you have more time, so you have to be a little bit more patient. It's just a little bit harder to do.
Took the words out of my mouth, Coach. It's exactly what I was thinking about with Annika Nelms. She did so much of her damage on the right side with her sister Kira operating on the left pin typically. Haven't seen Kira yet tonight. We have seen Bella Suits. Man, big night here, especially in set 2. There's a look at Alicia Johansson. Don't have too many state champs on the roster, at least not 2025 state champs on the roster here tonight. Johansson is 1, but they will side her out in 1. Burns catching fire once again.
Long, quick arm swing. Cam down the line, catches Helms a little bit late, able to rattle it through.
5 kills in this second set alone for number 5 in the red, and a timeout for Tim Hedger and company of the blue team. You're watching the All-Star Volleyball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Blue team takes a timeout as the red team is first to 20 here in set 2. Blue team won set 1, 25-16. Now it's the red team that has been in control so far here in our second set. Back set, Hayden Booth. It's Bella Suits again. This time she goes a little bit long and no protest from the blue team. So right out of the timeout, they're not able to win the point, Renee.
No, but they try to do something a little bit different. Yeah. Hayden comes across the court. They're trying to run a little reverse the flow, get Bella one-on-one on that side. They had everything they needed. Just at the end of the day, didn't execute it.
A good serve from Burns, who can affect the game in other ways as well. Pipe set for Elsasser, and way too strong on that swing out of the back middle. And red team now 3 points away.
Yeah, volleyball is such a wild game. This is literally the score flip from set 1, and it's a game of errors, right? Like right now, we're making a lot of errors on the blue side, and red team's taking advantage of it.
Good pass that time by Elsasser, and right on cue, Coach, that's what happens when you've got all pieces of the puzzle working in this sport. That's one of the things I love so much about it. Great serve receive, Elsasser, great set. Peyton Erb with the big-time termination.
Love it when we see the middles get involved. Everybody's better off once the middles get going.
Free the middle, isn't that the expression?
Justice for middles.
Justice for middles. Justice for all volleyball players is what it boils down to. Here's Nelms on that left side. Roll shot easily saved by Gustafson. She will try it again. Good dig by Bauer to stop that shot. Bump set Elsasser. Free ball coming now from Nelms. A little bit of miscommunication from the red team, but they'll get Burns in stride. She blasts into the net, though. That's not really something that we've seen from the red team so far here tonight. Got Burns out of the corner that time, but couldn't get it over.
Yeah, they haven't really had a lot of success. They really tried the back row attack a whole lot.
No.
That D ball or red ball or whatever you want to call it on the right side is a harder ball to run. But I love the idea. Kendall's thinking outside the box, trying something different, knows who the hot hitter is, tries to get her the ball. Why not?
Meanwhile, we have seen the blue team run that pipe set, red ball, whatever you want to call it, to a little bit more success over the course of the night. Booth with the joust at the net, sent back by Gustafson. Hayden Booth will try it again. Nelms down the line, good up by Burns. Schneider right to the net, tap down, another middle kill. Daisy Ryan with the finish.
Daisy Ryan, sneaky good in the middle. She just makes great decisions. She gets up quick, she sees where her block is, and she works around it really well. And whatever set she has, you know, we have a saying in volleyball that you want to better the ball, and she does exactly that.
The latest in her family to play in this game. Her older sister was in this game a couple of years ago. Called her built-in best friend. I love that sentiment from a younger sibling. There's Briar Ray, who knows a thing or two about playing with excellent family members. Briar Ray, standout basketball player as well, state champion in basketball for Oakland Craig, and she puts the red team on the precipice here tonight in volleyball.
Yeah, Briar Ray has shown off her power on that outside pin.
Red team with the serve to try to win it, not quite, so that ruins our chance, Renee, at a complete inverse of set 1. It was 25-16 blue. Won't have that final score here in reverse in set 2, and it's up to Marin Brumman to try to salvage things here for the team wearing the blue tops. And not much on the approach, but some slice on that serve. Schneider to the back, it's Burns again. It's been her set, but Booth has the stop for now. Brumman with the setup, Elsasser off the net, and Burns with the dig. Kendall Schneider to the left side, Briar Ray roofs right into the block of Peyton Erb, who has been everywhere. Technically didn't start this set, but man, she's been a difference maker.
She has, and great setup there by Hayden Booth, being able to take away that shot. Herb just has to get to Booth, put up hands in front, and take care of business.
2 set points saved for the blue team. They need 6 more. Schneider for Ryan. Well, there's a third. Ryan sends it right into the block of Elsasser, and it's Herb on the other side as well. So back-to-back block assists for Peyton Herb. Taylor Elsasser's had a nice set too for the blue team. 3 set point saves. Brummett again will serve. Here's Briar Ray. Bauer right back over the net, and a free ball chance for the red team. Out of the back row, it's Gustafson. Too hot to handle. Olivia Gustafson finishes it off for the red team, and we are all tied up at a set apiece.
Would we expect any less from a senior showcase match?
Absolutely not. Some of the best seniors in this sport in the state putting on a show for us here tonight. All square at a set apiece after 2.
Here's what you can expect on News Channel Nebraska. The top local news headlines all morning, plus 8 a.m. Mass with Father Joe. Stay up to date throughout the afternoon with the NCN News app. And tune back into NCN throughout the evening for the latest developments on major stories along with live high school and college sports. News Channel Nebraska. Independent media for all Nebraskans. NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. Bank of the Valley, together we go further. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
Welcome back to Lincoln North Star High School in the capital city. Exactly what we've expected to see so far here tonight. Set 1 to the blue team, set 2 to the red team. Our halftime show tonight is brought to you by RMV Construction. If you have a construction project that needs to be built, RMV Construction is the company you need to call. Check out the Aquatic Center in Bertrand, Nebraska for this project. RMV Construction partnered with local leaders to transform a vision into a vibrant community staple. RMV is passionate about delivering aquatic centers, sports complexes, parks, and recreational facilities to serve people of all ages for generations to come. Call RMV Construction to create a space your community will be proud of. RMV Construction with offices in Lincoln and Kearney. Trusted, local, and proven. Let's go courtside. Jake Bartecki is with Bella Suits.
Bella Suits out of Lincoln Lutheran. We saw you as a setter in the first set, a hitter in the second. Got 4 kills in that second set. What was working for you?
Using hands was really working. Our bro and our DSs were really loud about telling me what shots were open, so honestly, that credit goes to them.
There are players here from Class A all the way down to D2. The talent has been on display tonight. How much fun has it been to play in this high level of a game?
Oh, it's been so much fun. Obviously, you see these girls throughout the 4 years of high school playing against them or just watching them play at state volleyball and being able to play with them on the court is so much fun.
And getting to know them has had to be fun, too. I mean, this isn't just a one-day event. This is something that you guys have been able to do throughout the course of the week, get to know some of those teammates. How much fun has that been?
Oh, it's been such a treat. They're so smiley and bubbly, and honestly, it's very different from what I see on the court the game faces.
All right, well, Bella, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Jake, well done. Bella, thank you very much. Standout set 2 for her in a losing effort, albeit for the blue team. And we're all square at a set apiece as we move to set 3. Tim Hackett, Renee Saunders from Scott Catholic, Jake Bartecki, and our entire News Channel Nebraska crew on hand for you here in Lincoln North Star tonight. Once again, the home of this Nebraska Coaches Association Senior Volleyball Showcase. Extremely excited to be a part of this with you here tonight. So we're all square to set a piece, Renee, and now the floodgates open a little bit. We will see teams, I think, shuffle their decks a little bit and use their rosters a little bit differently compared to the more straightforward, I think, approach between sets 1 and 2 and their service errors to start off set 3.
It's a wash, right?
Yeah.
If one team misses, the other team misses, we call it a wash.
Yeah, let's just start again, right?
They can mix up people now, so you have like Cam Burns, Madeline Lamb, and Cadence all together, along with Miller and Zimmerman and Sullivan. And then you've got kind of a mix of set 1 and 2 also going on the blue team.
This is something I was really interested to see as this match goes along, is as we try to tell you, the way that these rosters are constructed, there's 14 players per side, and typically they've got 7 or 8 that are available for set 1, and then the others that were not in set 1 played in set 2. You saw that play out over the last hour or so, but now it's pretty much a free-for-all on our first real kill of set 3 on that right side, courtesy of Avery White, who had a big first set for Team Blue. And so now the teams have, and the coaches, I should say, have the ability to mix and match really however they want. There's no real restrictions anymore, is there?
Not that I know of, and a lot of times they kind of have a plan going into it. You know, I know back in, 2014, whatever, when I coached it, it was, we had a plan for set 1 and 2, and then we were going to intermix for 3 and 4, depending on what was going on. But they've been practicing together. Sometimes it's better to keep them together. I mean, there's lots of things as a coach you have to kind of go through and think through when you're trying to make decisions on this. It could be who is playing well maybe tonight.
Sure.
Or maybe who's playing well together within the practices that you have.
Mila Emery on that left side can't get it over, so it will be 4 contacts against the blue team. And you hinted at this earlier, and you know this so well, that all of these are all fantastic players. There's zero doubt about that. But none of them have ever, well, very few of them have ever played together before, and certainly not to this level. So you have to work to build those relationships, that chemistry, if you want to call it that, as Hayden Liebsack blasted into the net. So errors abound for these two teams to start things off here in set 3. More errors than true points scored either way.
And you've got some of those that have been off, and now they have a different setter.
Right.
So all those different things are going to come into play in set 3. And then you kind of work through it and see what happens. But it's going to be something that we're going to see on both sides of the net. And as the teams work through, again, I always tease with the girls that the first 6 rotations are kind of like the dating phase, right? You're just kind of getting to know each other, getting to know what's going on. And then once you get through your first 6 rotations, then you can truly start to just let go and play volleyball.
Yeah, we use the term relationship, but as you know well, the setter is the one that has to build that relationship with all of the hitters. We're seeing Hayden Booth run point here in set 3 for the blue team. She had that assist on that previous kill, and that is much more like it for the red team, something we saw a lot of in set 2, a kill for Cameron Burns.
Yeah, and off a different setter. So
right.
It's one of the things that they're going to have to work through those. But there you see the power that Cam Burns has.
She'll go back to serve right on cue. Mila Emery's had a big night for the blue team. Can she return serve? Yes, she can. Power shot to the back corner for Mila Emery, the Minden standout on her way to Concordia University. She has had a big night tonight in Lincoln.
Just a smart play by Mila. You can tell that she plays multiple positions. She's kind of a savvy volleyball IQ player, able to just kind of smartly place it down the line in the 1-6 seam for the kill.
Nobody in Minden volleyball history has more service aces than her. Our number 7 in the blue nearly had one there. Instead, it's a free ball from Cadence Hazy. Booth to the left side. Liebsack in stride. Yes, Hayden Liebsack has some authority on her swing on the way to MSU of Denver.
And Booth and Liebsack have a little bit of a connection. They played club together.
Ah, there you go.
So I think you're looking at it from all these different angles of like keeping the kids that played high school together. Keeping the kids that some of them play club together, keep them together. All those things with the game of volleyball, they matter.
That is such a good point, because we're talking about how challenging it can be to build those relationships. And we know some of we've got the rosters in front of us. We know where all these gals went to high school, but there are so many other opportunities for some of these players to have built those relationships, whether it's youth, whether it's senior club, whether it's, just playing together growing up, which some of these gals did. There are a lot of longtime friends or even family members out here that don't go to the same high school. So they have the opportunity to develop those relationships in other ways, starting to come to a head perhaps, really maybe for the last time in an event like this.
Yeah, this is all their last hurrah. It's such a special game for these kids to be able to come out here, play one last time, represent their high schools, represent their state, and just do what they love to do in front of their families and the people that they love. And I think every comment that we read, they were so excited to be a part of this match for those reasons.
That's exactly what I was about to say. To a woman, they all said that in their responses to our questions this week. Like, what does this match mean to you? And they all said it means a ton. Some of them have been watching this event for 10 years or so, and now they get to participate in this match themselves, especially if they grew up or have played club ball or high school ball in this general area. They've had the opportunity to attend games like this, and now they're the ones on the floor. That's got to be such a special full circle moment. In fact, that was a word that more than one of them used this week. Full circle moment for them, getting the chance to wear these jerseys and play on this game. A serve tucked in from Hayden Booth, and she'll whip out a dance move as well.
Why not? That's it. Volleyball is a fun sport. What a fun serve, though. Got that ball everybody thought was going out, and then it just dropped off on that end line.
Tucked it right inside the line. It's excited to see what Hayden can do. We talked about her family. I'm sure she's sick of hearing about it to an extent, right? But, man, you can't escape the pedigree that she has grown up with. She is a great player in her own right. Speaking of great players, what a night Cam Burns has had. David City's career leader in kills and digs, and she's the red team's leader in kills tonight. No question about that.
Now she finds a way to score, and again, didn't get the perfect set, found a way to get her feet to the ball, make something out of it, better the ball, and ends up in a point for the red team.
And how valuable is that to have that type of player on the right side? You've got your left pin hitter that's typically your get-out-of-jail type player as Liebsack rolls that one wide. If you just got to throw maybe a poor set or a poor pass over to your left pin, somebody like that is going to terminate typically. You've got the ability to throw that to the right pin if you've got somebody like Cam Burns out there.
So much trust in the game. If you're someone that you feel like you can't get a great ball, you want to throw it to the player that you trust can make a great hit out of a not great ball.
That's a great hit out of a pretty good ball, but it's a better dig out of that back left side by Lily Zimmerman for the red team, and it ends up in a kill for Burns. And that's right on cue. It was a good pass on a big swing. The set ends up not being perfect, but there's a great look at the replay. Burns does just enough to tip it over the block.
She had a plan the whole time to go in soft with that and catch the block coming down. You could see it in her hand, and it worked. Just smart heads-up play there by Cameron.
I've got her at 8 kills so far in this match, and returning serve is Hayden Liebsack. Didn't play in that second set, but had a big set one to power the blue team to the win, and she will go back to serve. She was first or second team All-State consensus this past year, second team in 2024. She said the family members of the Bennington players dress up in blow-up costumes for their state volleyball send-off, which I am struggling to envision right now. It's got to be a fun memory for Hayden Liebsack. Those Bennington teams have done a lot of winning in a lot of different sports. Termination on that left side for Madeline Lamb, our first time calling her name in a little while. Omaha West Side playing for her head coach one final time.
Yeah, Madeline came out hot to start that first set with a couple kills, working a couple different wrist shots, and again, finding a way there to tool it off the block and get a kill. She's very, very crafty, and she's actually a very, very good server as well. She hasn't been able to go on a run yet tonight, but she definitely has the ability to do so.
Alicia Johansson had that tapped on with the left hand, and she walked away pretty nonchalant thinking that was going to be a kill, but the red team, I think for the first time really tonight, Renee, is maybe not protesting, but they're questioning exactly what the call was.
Or lack of call.
Indeed, and it will be a kill for Johansson. By my count, that's her first of the night. 3-time honorable mention All-State player and state champion this fall with Freeman. Burns is blocked. Really the first time Blue has had an answer for her tonight, and it's Mila Emery on that left side along with Emma Ammon.
What can Mila Emery not do? She's set, she's hit right, she's hitting out. Just great quick hands over, and we know Sullivan can light it up out of the middle, and Emery finds a way to keep it on the red side.
All square at 11 apiece. Here's Burns again. Sneaks it through Emery that time. They will go to her, and she gets blocked right back. Burns joins Peyton Sullivan for the stuff, and the blue team's laughing about it.
Sullivan didn't like the fact that Emery got her on the last one, so she wanted to go back and get a block of her own. What a job. Sullivan is a fun player to watch.
Talk about fighting fire with fire. AVCA All-American watch list, Peyton Sullivan will send it into the net to kind of end that run of excellence that we saw for these two teams. It's more like we saw at the start of this set, but it just because their errors or quote-unquote miscues doesn't mean it's bad play for these two teams. I mean, service errors as well. I mean, sometimes you're just so close to scoring a point for your team. It's a fraction of a difference between scoring a point for you and giving a point to your opponent. Big rip by Burns, good dig by Bauer. Out of the back corner, here's Avery White on that swing. They joust for it, and Lamb picks it up. Blue will try it again. Tip down for a kill. It's Mila Emery again for Team Blue. I think that's 9 kills for tonight.
Justice for liberos. I'm taking it from Emily Eman. Alyssa Bauer. Oh, man, what a dig by Alyssa Bauer. to keep that play alive, and then heads up play by Emery to tip it short.
It's one of the things I love about the sport. I said it earlier, Coach, but so often good play breeds good play. And right on cue, you got a great pass, great set, and a big finish for Cameron Burns. She's up to 9 herself in the night. So Burns and Emery literally going toe-to-toe so far here in this match.
They are, and Emery, I didn't realize, I knew she could hit on both pins, but I didn't realize that she could be so efficient on that outside pin, just knowing how good she is on that right set. And then Cam Burns obviously is, you know, a D1 level, high level player, and she's proving it tonight.
Out on her way to Drake after this game, Cam Burns is a back row kill. We said the blue team has really relied on that, certainly has played that card out of their hand a lot more than the red team has, and frankly a lot more successfully than the red team has. They get a back row kill for Hayden Liebsack out of that one. 14-13 is our score here in set 3. Looking to tie it up. Yes, number 13 makes it 14 apiece. That's Taya Thaden who's back onto the floor with the kill. So we've seen both teams kind of play the hot hand a little bit. Burns had a big set 2. Thaden had a big set 2. They're both in to start set 3.
We're seeing really aggressive volleyball this set, which is fun because they're going for it. They're not holding back. They're getting after it. They have one big hit. They want to show off and get a big hit going the other direction. Big block, ace, ace. They're going toe-to-toe right now.
And sometimes those errors that we talked about, like you saw right there, are a byproduct of that type of effort. Hayden Liebsack ripped back for that swing, ends up sending it into the net, and the red team is first to 15. Here. News Channel Nebraska.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together. NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Well, both teams are clearly up for this match tonight, especially here in set 3, all square at a set apiece. And it's a 1-point difference at the media timeout, which is a little bit of a different wrinkle than a lot of these athletes are used to. Cadence Haase, who has helped bring Exeter Milligan Friend to the forefront in small school volleyball, one of the best servers that I've had the privilege of covering the last 2 years. Try to sneak it inside the line there, Renee, but not quite. That's really kind of been the storyline, I feel. Not quite there for these two teams, but you said it well. It's not for a lack of effort. It's because they are trying so hard.
Oh, 100%. It's two prize fighters going at it in the ring in the third round, and they're punching hard. Volleyball is a game of inches. It's just not a lot of room for, 1 inch out of bounds. Could be the difference between winning and losing.
And we have seen no distance at all between these two teams in this set. As we both pointed out, the blue team was in front for almost the entire time in set 1. The red team was in front for the entire time in set 2. Set 3 has gone back and forth, and there's a return to form for Hayden Booth. Not her best set on the previous point. How about this setter kill? That is perfectly done for Hayden Booth.
And she's really done a good job of. She sent her very first one short. Her last 2 that she's gotten kills on, she's kind of sent them a little bit deeper. So they're past those wing people, middle backs unable to get to it. Just really heads up setter IQ right there.
All-state, all-conference, and all-tournament this past year for the 2025 state runners-up Elkhorn North team, Hayden Booth. That swing for Peyton Sullivan ends up into the net, so a rare attack error for her. As we told you right off the top of our show, Peyton Sullivan, 12 in the red, hit .450 this year. Best attack percentage of any player in the state, regardless of classification. Booth stays on the service line. Lamb trying to end it. Block touch. And Booth with the setup for Liebsack. Goes cross court. Easy dig for Lily Zimmerman. Miller for Lamb. Off hands again. That's Johansson on the block there for the blue team. Miller sends it over on 2. A chance here for the blue team. Emery with the setup. Booth right side. Big swing by Avery White. They hustle for it, and Miller gets to it to keep it alive. Cadence Haase will send it over. On we go. Booth out of the middle. Johansson. One-handed dig by Burns. Spin around shot by Sullivan. Block touch. We play on. Miller to the left side for Lamb. It's through and down off the hands of Alyssa Bauer. That's our best rally of the night, and the crowd here at Lincoln North Star appreciates it.
That was a nice long rally, just scrappy, gritty, getting positive touches, and hesitation is the vein of our existence as coaches. One hesitation in volleyball, and that's when then plays end.
At that point, you're too late, right? We
Yeah,
saw so much.
you just have to go.
We saw so much good reaction and good instinct over the course of that rally, but just one step a little bit too late. And an ace serve to follow it up. It pinballs around down for a point for Maggie Miller, the Gretna standout on her way to Missouri S&T.
And she's just she's another great setter on the court tonight that just puts up a great ball, but she can do so much more. Like, we've seen her hustle on defense. We've seen her run tempo balls to the middles and to the pins, and then she comes out with an ace, and then I jinx her.
She said her team motto at Gretna this year was next ball mentality, and that's such a great mentality to have, especially for a setter, but so much for this team and for this sport, I should say. But in a game like this, I mean, yeah, you can't dwell on anything if you're a half second too late, like we just said. And right on cue, the blue team is going to turn that into 2 points in a row, so the red team's going to have to move on to that next ball in a hurry. A serve for Hayden Leapsack.
And Leapsack hasn't gone on a long run. She's missed a couple. You don't want a flip and rip server to get hot right now.
Good dig by Cadence Haase to at least get a piece of that big rip serve. Booth to the right side. It's White down to her tail as Zimmerman to get a piece of that. Haase sends it over. Bauer, good pass. Booth to the right side. They'll try White again off the hands of Lamb. And down for a kill on that right side for Avery White. No, it's a player you know well, Renee, Scott Catholic alum, on her way to Wofford in my neck of the woods in the southeast part of the country.
We lovingly call her Hammer every once in a while just because she can hit a heavy ball, and she can hit it from the right, she can hit it from the out, and she can hit it out of the middle that we've seen tonight as well.
You say can't let a server like this get hot. Well, that might be what Hayden Leapsack just did. Places this serve perfectly. We'll get a look at it here on our instant replay just inside that back line. And Andrew Worley, the head coach of the red team from Omaha West Side, got a good look at it, and he's seen enough. The blue team has suddenly taken, relatively speaking, Renee, a stranglehold here in this third set, leading 21-18. They've scored 4 in a row, longest run by any team in this period.
That first, when you have a flip and rip server, if they get that first one in, each one after that tends to get a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more trust, and that's exactly what we're seeing out of Leapsack right now. For the red team, they just got to calm their platform, find a way to pass that ball in the box, and let Maggie Miller run her magic that we know that she can do on the offensive side.
How beneficial is it to have an outside like Leapsack, who we know can terminate? We've seen it. She's got amazing power and a big approach and a big rip on her swing, but she has the ability, she's flashed the ability tonight, 12 in the blue, to do so many different things as an outside going to the next level. How beneficial is it to have multiple skill sets?
Huge. I mean, the more reason you give your coaches to keep you on the floor, right? If I can have a big swing, I can pass, I can play defense, I can hit, I can block, and I can do those at a high level, my coach is going to need and want to play me.
Hayden's sister Keaton played in this game a couple of years ago, and now it's Hayden's turn to show out, but they finally side her out after a couple of points, and guess who? It's Burns with the termination.
With the assist to the net, sometimes the let serve can help you out. It kind of slowed the ball down. Haase gets a perfect pass, and of course we know the ball is going to go to Burns in a side-out situation.
10 kills now for 5 in the red, tops on either side. Booth, good set. Here's Emery looking to tie that right back up, as she does. Mila Emery fires right back. So those two continue to answer all set long. It's 5 on one side with the kill and then 7 on the other side with the kill.
Emery's just slicing and dicing. The different shots she's hitting and the space that she's hitting them in, she's just showing really, really good hand control on her swing.
Here's Alicia Johansson, who said it's a privilege to be on the court one final time, and she will deliver an ace for the blue team. Standout career for Freeman, not too far south of here, on the way to a state championship just a couple of months ago. What a season she had, and Alicia Johansson on the scoreboard.
I think everybody on the blue team was exhaling to help that ball get over the net. That ball was real short.
Keep the wind in their sails. Here's Burns again. They have never taken the wind out of her sails. She is on fire officially. Cameron Burns with kill number 11.
Now she just flew through that ball and showed exactly how powerful she is.
That is a beautiful approach on the right side. As you said, lefty swing on the right pin. That is just pretty to watch.
And she's just long. Her windup is long, and then that arm comes through with so much speed and so much power.
That's more like it out of the middle. Haven't seen that too much, certainly not in this set, for the blue team, and Emma Ammon is on the board tonight for Team Blue. Blair standout on the way to Missouri Western, two-time honorable mention all-conference and three-time state track qualifier for the Blair Bears, number 4 in the blue. Set point for Blue. Suddenly taking a stranglehold on this frame. Miller for Burns, trying to survive. Not quite. Burns will try it again. Hayden Booth has the touch. Bump set Bauer this way for Emery. Can she finish it off? Was there ever any doubts? It was Mila Emery's set for the blue team, and she ends up finishing it off. 25-20. This set was tied at 18 apiece before the blue team finally started to pull away.
Yeah, and Emery hits a deep shot, hits another deep shot, and then goes right over the top of the block in front of Maggie Miller for the kill to end set 3.
We will play a 4th set. If the red team wins, we will play a 5th. On to set 4 when we come back on News Channel Nebraska.
Every team needs an MVP, and in Kearney, it's Speedy Mart at 1711 West 56th Street. Fuel up fast at our plenty of pumps, then grab a winning snack or refreshing drink to keep you moving all day. Enjoy Chester's Chicken or Godfather's Pizza, plus all your favorite snacks and beverages inside. Friendly, energetic staff makes every visit a victory. Speedy Mart, your MVP for convenience, fueling up your busy day.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. Bank of the Valley, together we go further. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
Welcome back to Lincoln North Star High School. Not just quality volleyball on display here tonight. Got a lot of other things that are being showcased as well. Renee Saunders, you know a thing or two about how this event works. We're here between sets 3 and 4. They're presenting the Teammate Award, which, as you might imagine, goes to the player on both sides that are adjudged to be the best teammate over the course of the week. Before we find out live with you who those winners are, tell us about what this award represents.
It's really cool. Each team, all the players get a vote for one of their teammates to win this award. So it's not voted on by press or anybody outside of that. It is voted on by the players and the coaches, and then one is selected, and each team will have a teammate winner.
As you know so well, that these types of players are essential for any team, and Peyton Sullivan is going to be the winner of the Teammate Award for the red team. Standout player at St. Cecilia on her way to Wayne State. We know her stats are amazing, but clearly she's the type of player who really goes above and beyond those things as well.
She's a fun player to watch play, and she obviously must be a fun person to play with because otherwise they wouldn't be voting her. And I'm not surprised by this one at all.
Tell us a little bit about Avery White.
The blue team teammate, Avery White. She's a special kid. Known her since she was little. Both her older sisters played with it. Like I mentioned before, the coaches picked her because of her energy and how she always talks. She's just fun. Like, she's constantly she loves the game. She loves her team. She loves being with people and playing the game that she loves with them. And it rubs off on everybody. She's good vibes.
As you know so well as a coach, with the success that you have had in this sport in this state, you need great players to win games and to win state championships like you have, but you're not going to have great teams unless you have athletes and people like Peyton Sullivan and Avery White on your squad.
Yeah, those are your glue kids. You know, they can your best players can be your best leaders and your best teammates. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. Obviously, the goal would be everybody's a great teammate,
right.
Everybody's a great player, but it's usually not like that.
That's the idyllic world, right? The future where with all the flying
but
cars.
They wouldn't need coaches, so
yeah.
You know, we're there to help, guide them and lead them into where they need to go. And, but it helps to have those glue players, the ones that are willing to do anything for their team, even if it means if they're sitting on the bench or, we had a kid that would always carry the speaker. If the kids wanted the speaker, she would go get it. Like, those types of players that are servant leaders for everybody else, they just make the team and the environment and the situation just a better place for everybody.
Final words on those two winners. We mentioned that all these athletes and the coaches were so gracious with their time to answer some of our questions, give us some insight into their lives and their careers. Peyton Sullivan says playing in this game, it represents a completion of all of her goals. This is the pinnacle. This is something that she has been searching for. Maybe not playing in this game specifically, but being in this game represents all that she has worked for, tried to achieve as a volleyball player. Just one representation of that. And you hinted at this earlier, but Avery White, growing up in Omaha, going to Scott Catholic, she said she's watched this game since she was 7 years old, and now getting the chance to play in this game to complete her senior year before she heads off to South Carolina to go to Wofford. Special moment for those two.
It is, and and that's what you want it to be. You know, you have kids that dream of playing at Nebraska, kids that dream of playing at Creighton. Some kids want to just play in this game. Yeah. I mean, it's a cool way for them to end their career.
This is a real crowning achievement for all of these athletes, regardless of what their future holds, whether it's volleyball, whether it's something else. Briar Ray knows a thing or two about success here in this city. Standout basketball player and on her way to College of St. Mary. She's got the first kill of set 4.
Yeah, and they were out of rotation on it. They were in, Emery was in row 1, and it looks like he has them backed up 1 rotation. So they should be in row 6 now, I think is what they're kind of ironing out. So Emery is front row right now. Back to setting.
Okay, checking out the defensive rotation for the blue team. And that's something that a good coach will notice, and something that Tim Hedger did note. He certainly did notice as we went along. What he has done at JCC is absolutely unquestioned. He took a program that really had very little success at all in girls volleyball. There's good in other programs, the Thunderbirds, but Tim Hedger has turned JCC, and his coaching staff have turned JCC into a really, really good program. And big reason why is the number 9 on the right side of your screen right now. Back-to-back points here for Team Blue as Mila Emery moves back to serve.
Yeah, having a player like Beathy, I think, would make any program better.
No kidding. And that was what I was going to bring up about Coach Hedger, is that's tipped over by Erin Gegg. Our first look at her since set 1. Spin around shot by Beathy, and right on cue, just a little bit too long. That would have worked out nicely. But Coach Hedger was used to running a small rotation at JCC. When I saw them this year in Mudecas and in the state tournament, I mean, he would often run only 7 players. Obviously, Beathy was out there all the time, but so running a small roster like these coaches had to in sets 1 and 2, not necessarily atypical or unusual for him. Now he has the opportunity to open those floodgates a little bit. There's Beathy on that swing. Unfortunately, it'll be back-to-back errors for her. Their final game playing and coaching together, the two Thunderbirds. But you have the opportunity to kind of open that, expand that deck of cards a little bit if you so choose.
Yeah, having her around, that can help boost a whole program. You know,
go right back to her, and she's down for the kill that time.
Well, the first swing, she stayed aggressive, hit it out of bounds. That's okay. Second swing, she was getting up off the ground trying to make a swing. She makes a mistake. It's okay. As a setter, I'm going to give it to her one more time because I trust her, because she's proved this match that she has. But she's also didn't play in the last set, so we got to let her warm back up.
Yeah, she's got to get that arms rolling back, and once she does, I mean, she is tough to stop. And right on cue, there's something that she does extremely well, is that serve. That's going to tie up the back row. Kira McNair for the red team, and Beathy, after 2 straight errors, 2 straight points.
Well, she's 6'3" back there, which makes a difference. She might be one of the tallest, biggest ones on the court
easily
tonight. Her reach, when she jump serves, she just has a different angle on that ball. It gets it really going down over the top of the net, which can really cause havoc on the red side.
Good serve as well, and this time the red team is able to field. Middle swing for Emma Ammon wouldn't go. On the right side, palmed down really by Mackenzie Winget, and they'll try Beathy out of the back row. Good stop that time by McNair. Towards the left side, it's Olivia Gustafson rolling into this shot. 1-7 stops another. Roll shot on the right side for Annika Nelms. It's more like it from her. Longest rally of this 4th set so far. Good up by Marin Grumman. They'll try Nelms again on the right side. Slips it through the back row and down. That's where Annika Nelms made so much damage for years for Southwest on the way to Iowa Western volleyball with that right side kill.
Yeah, and she's early on, as we can see in the instant replay. She's early but smart enough and heads up enough to know to send that ball with a little thumb down wrist action to the left back of the red team's court.
Good pass by Briar Ray to set up this off-net shot from Olivia Gustafson, but the blue team is in system. Left pin swing for Taylor Elsasser. Pushes it into the block and out for a point. Miller North alum. She says she's undecided on her college plans, Elsasser, but we'll go to, she's fielding a couple of offers, and either way wants to go the pre-dental route. So Love that from number 10 in the blue. Number 9 has certainly been on a nice run. It will end here, however. The red team will get a free side out, and whatever you can do to get get Ashley Beathy off the service line, you will take it.
Yeah, she definitely has the ability to run some points back there, but did a great job creating a little separation there in set 4 for the blue team.
Here's Kira McNair back to serve, set the Concordia High School record for digs in a season this past year. She was named the Class C1 Libero of the Year as well, but powerless to stop that one. Taylor Elsasser locks and loads.
Yeah, Elsasser, great job there getting the ball up and over, gosh, right inside the pin and the block for the kill.
It felt like decent positioning as well for Mackenzie Winjet, but just not quite able to turn that corner. They'll go right back to Winjet. Can't quite atone, however. Grumman, good pass. Right side, it's Nelms again. Roll shot won't go. Briar Ray with the dig, and Nelms clapped their hands together afterwards. That pass ultimately sends Winjet into the net, however. The blue team will win the point after all.
Yeah, Winjet did have a perfect setup on that block. Just Elsasser smart enough to find the space that she had, get a little bit of hands on it, and get the kill. And that time, Winjet tries to go back at Elsasser and doesn't quite clear the net on it.
Should track back as a kill for Annika Nelms because of how that point ran. There's a back row swing for Briar Ray. Went right to her. Blue team out of sorts, but Peyton Erb still able to get a challenging shot away. Right side for Winjet goes cross court off the hands of Annika Nelms, and Beathy will roll it out of the back row. Fielded with the wrist by McNair. Right side for Winjet, good power on that swing, but Grumman tracks it the whole way. Setter dump by Emery, looking for another kill for her ledger, won't go. Gustafson, big rip, dug right back over by Beathy, we play on. Schneider tight to the net, somehow forced over by Daisy Ryan, and we keep going. Emery to this left side, Elsasser rejected by Winjet, and Daisy Ryan, longest rally of the set, ends in a roof for the red team.
It's like a reverse of roles there. Beathy's playing some tall girl defense back here, getting the dig, and then Kendall Schneider going up at top of the net and keeping that ball on the red team side. Ends with the Winjet kill.
Mackenzie Winjet, first team all Class A this year, third team all state, and on the all tournament team this year for Omaha West Side. That attack goes long for the blue team on her way to Lehigh. Talk about an athletic family. I actually know her older brother, David, former basketball player at Peru State and around the college basketball ranks, now playing pro basketball in Portugal. So shout out, or excuse me, that's her cousin, I should say, and now playing basketball in Portugal. So shout out to him and to the Winjet family. A lot of athletes in that family. And it's true for a lot of these gals on this team. Either got sisters or cousins that used to play high school volleyball or even played in this match. Some of their mothers have played in this match. Pretty impressive to see how this goes. He was looking for maybe a fourth call or fourth touch, won't come, and either way, Ashley Beathy rises and fires and spikes it into the bottom of the net. The red team will win that rally.
Yeah, I think the blue team didn't think they got a touch on that block. I honestly didn't think they did either, but it was close enough that Kim decided that there was one.
Winjet back to serve, and she will deliver an ace. Top 10 in Class A in kills and blocks this past season for Westside. Delivers an ace here tonight to tie the score, 4 straight for the red team.
I was going to say, and just like that, we're back to tied.
This is more like what we saw in that third set. That serve tied up Elsasser a little bit, but Beathy got that set over to her for a swing. Schneider to the left side, in stride for Gustafson, rolls it the length of the net and ends up dropping in for a point. Just how Olivia Gustafson drew it up.
Sometimes the net can be your friend. You know, you hit it with enough power, it rides along and then drops right inside the line. What a shot.
Fantastic shot on our instant replay, brought to you by Beatrice Community Hospital and Starter Heyman. Certainly a gem of a replay, and it's Gustafson right back there once again. Back-to-back points for her and her second block of the night.
Gustafson's creating her own little highlight reel here with a tape shot and then a single block against her.
6 straight scored by the red team with Winjet serving. Another good serve. The blue team's not going to even get a swing out of this. Free ball chance for red. Schneider for Ryan. Tip drill, yes. Stacey Ryan finishes it off. You talk about the standout athletic family. No better example tonight than that. Her sister Jolie is at Wayne State, played in this game. Her brother plays football at Hastings. Parents, college athletes. Daisy Ryan will join them wherever she decides to go. Hastings, Southeast, whatever it is. Standout player, 11 in the red. Timeout, Team Blue.
And again,
I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
The air inside your home can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outside air. John Henry's priority is keeping your home safe and healthy for you and your family. Cleaning your home's air duct system is an important part of that goal. Our service professionals will clean your air ducts using top-of-the-line equipment that pulls air in reverse through the duct system, while using compressed air and agitation tools to remove unwanted particles. Once the air is discharged, it runs through 3 stages of filtration, leaving your air duct system restored and functioning cleaner than ever. Contact John Henry's today and schedule your steps to a healthier home.
Well, let's see if the red team can sustain what is the longest serving run of this match so far. We've had a couple of 5 straight points scored, 7 straight scored by the red team to spin around an early deficit into a lead and a set they need to win to play on tonight. But right on cue, the blue team out of the timeout is able to snap that run courtesy of Taylor Elsasser. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. Tim Hackett, Renee Saunders, Jake Bartecki, and our entire News Channel Nebraska crew bringing you this match here tonight. 2 basketball games for you, same time, same channel, same gym. Tomorrow night, girls basketball at 6, boys basketball at 8. All-Star showcases both of those as well. Big rip by Elsasser, looking for back-to-back kills, won't find it. And sent over free ball from Olivia Gustafson. Beathy's played back middle this entire set, it feels like, but Emory, really for the first time in this game, it feels like, Renee, not quite on page with everybody else, and that set goes to nobody. The red team will win the points.
Yeah, just it seemed like maybe a little miscommunication. I think Emory thought she was going to be further away. Herb was a little bit closer. That's the one thing about the setter-middle connection and this time and amount you have for this game with 2 or 3 practices, trying to create that connection and then move it into a live situation is pretty hard to do. And I think actually this game has been outstanding. We normally see a lot more errors coming on that setter-middle connection.
Seeing Lindsey Grant, the assistant coach for the blue team, coming out and calling some of the shots. She played in this game while she was a standout at Omaha Burke. Now the head coach at Millard North. Big swing, and the blue team is going to come down for a kill on that point. One of the things I was going to bring up, we've seen Ashley Beathy, number 9, here in the center of your screen, play back middle really this entire set. She's now going to rotate to the front. But one of the things I was going to bring up to you is that almost all of the players on these 2 rosters, the majority are hitters of some kind, either outsides, middles, or right sides. You got 2 liberos on each side. You got 2 or 3 setters. DSs typically don't make all-star games if you're a DS only. You know better than me, as Peyton Herb with the big rip on the overpass. Can't get it to go. More on that in a second. Drummond all the way to the right side. Emory cross court, no. Winjet with the dig. Here's Briar Ray in stride off the block and down for a kill for Briar Ray. You have to have good DSs. You have to have good defensive players to win games and to win state championships like you have. You don't have any true DS-only players on this roster, which means your hitters are going to have to play back row.
You could use your other libero.
Okay.
If they changed jerseys.
We
they
have
could come
seen
in,
that.
like
You're right.
Marin did that. So if you
That's
wanted
true.
to, what you're getting, though, is really high-level DSs.
Right,
Know,
because
because they're not in the libero jersey.
Right.
So, but they're obviously just as good to be the libero out there. So you can use where, like, Bauer and Brumman have kind of switched a little bit. So where, like, Marin has the libero jersey on now. And I think it's, right, Bauer?
Yeah, that's right. When
Bauer
was
does not. She has a regular, so now they
Right.
can use her to serve, or they can use her to come in and play back row for somebody. It all depends on how much you want to run that back row attack.
And that's really is that really the calculus that you're running? Like, you want to have a hitter out there as an option or not?
If you're in a 5-1, it's nice to have that extra hitter back there. But ball control is really important too. But if your pins can dig some balls, then it's probably a wash on your decision there.
So the point I was making is no insult to any of these players, because so many of them are stud outside, so they are used to playing all the way around. We're seeing that from Briar Ray here in this set, 10 in the red. Obviously, we talked about Beathy, and now Elsasser's in the back row defending for herself for the blue team. So these girls know how to play defense, and they're going to have to succeed at the next level, if you ask me, as Beathy nails that cross-court shot. She's so good at that, really the first time we've seen it from her tonight. 16-12 now, the red team in front. You have to be able to at least defend a little bit, right?
It shows the athleticism of these girls that are playing. I mean, there's great athleticism. And I think also it shows that they're multi-talented. Like, they don't have to play one position. They can play other positions. They can do other skills. You know, they can hit, they can dig, they can serve, they can block. If they're 6'3" or 5'10", Like, they're all on the same level here.
And they're going to Ashley Beathy often in this set. She never came off the floor for Johnson County Central this past year, part of, just because of how the roster was built and because she was a star player. But they continue to go to her for this blue team as they try to win this match here in set 4. Briar Ray's had a nice turn the other side for the red team. Had a really nice night so far from Oakland Craig. I saw her basketball coach, Scott Kaczynski, who has been on NCN a time or two over the last few years with how many basketball games Oakland Craig has won. But I saw him and his family here to support Briar Ray here in this volleyball game as well. A lot of multi-sport standouts on the floor here tonight. Emery to the right side, into the net, Veronica Nelms. No, it's through for a kill. And Nelms starting to heat up a little bit. You talk about multi-sport athletes. There's one in the bottom right corner of your screen right now, Marin Brumman, somebody that I know you know quite a bit about, state runner-up in tennis, and there's so many other different players that have a lot of different, quote-unquote, different backgrounds, if you will. Beathy's really volleyball only for JCC, but played some other sports like softball, which she admitted was just for fun to get her ready for volleyball season, which I appreciate. Elsasser with the big rep. McNair sends over a free ball. Back set, Emery. Sliced down by Annika Nelms. In stride for Mackenzie Winjet. Off hands of Taylor Elsasser and down for a kill for the red team. Our scoreboard tonight brought to you by Aurora Cooperative. Go green with E15 and fill up at your nearest ACE stop today. And our scoreboard now shows 18-14 in favor of the red team. If the red team wins, we will play a first to 15 fifth set. If the blue team wins, this match wraps up after set 4. Standard procedure as per normal volleyball rules. Olivia Gustafson, she has loved that net touch so far tonight. She has continued to rock that touch and get it down for a kill. Timeout, Team Blue. The red team now 6 points away from forcing a set 5. Olivia Gustafson, a big reason why. You're watching Volleyball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska.
About the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, it fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today. Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you through 40 years of going further together. We're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success. We're in this together, and together we go further.
Well, the blue team's out of timeouts here in set 4. It's a win and go home type of set situation for them. The red team wins. We will play a 5th set in this volleyball showcase. Kind of feels like what a match like this deserves. Beathy out of the back row. Good stop by Kendall Schneider, the Clarkson lead products. Bumped over by McNair and a free ball chance here for Team Blue. Emery out of the middle. Swing up by M and won't go. Now tipped back over and down for Daisy Ryan. We talked about her, the pedigree that she brings, but how about what she has done herself at Overton? School career record in digs and aces, was the Division I, or excuse me, the Class D1 Player of the Year by Nebraska Preps this year. 2025 state runner-up, 2024 state champs at Overton. Tremendous program over there and showing out here tonight in the middle for Team Red. Big rip by Taylor Elsasser. McNair sets the table. Gustafson locks and loads off the net again and down. Oh, we'll say got a block touch either way. It's down for a point for Team Blue.
It is, and back to Overton. Oh, watch this actually.
Looks like it's off the net to
tape,
me.
and then it hit block afterwards.
All right.
I was going to say McNair put up a great second ball there, but going back to Overton, you go in that gym and you see all their state championship, and they just have a special tradition out there, not just in volleyball, in everything. And it, obviously people like Daisy and her sister and her mom, who was the coach there for a long time, are a big part of that volleyball tradition. And it's fun to watch her play at this last game and see her actually play. Yeah. Because we don't get to see her play a whole lot, but she's just so dang smart, and she smiles, and it's like she knows what she's going to do before it happens.
Speaking of smile, great reaction there from Annika Nelms. That was an excuse me kill, not something we normally see out of her when she's operating on that right side. Ray tries to go over, can't quite do it. Grumman with the setup, Nelms with the swing, can't go. From her knees, Schneider sends it over. They're going to call her for a double. Wow, the fans sitting in front of us here at Lincoln North Star can't believe that. How about this effort from Schneider? That's a fantastic first ball effort. And as it goes back to her, she flings it over with her fingers.
Unfortunately, at 100%, that's the one that we're like, are they going to call it because it's a showcase or not? And it was the right call because it wasn't clean by any means, but at the same time, what a hustle play there by the red team.
Great effort by Kendall Schneider, unfortunately not rewarded. And here's Taylor Elsasser back with that left pin swing. That has been reliable for Team Blue in this set, whether it's Elsasser or Beathy. They're rocking that left pin.
You know, you don't ever want to put the cart before the horse, but they just cut the lead in half, the blue team has.
They know that if this match ends, if they win this set, maybe they'll play a free fifth either way. I don't know if that's how it works, but we can cheer for it.
I'd be okay with it.
I would be too. Grumman for Emery, this way for Elsasser, not a lot on that one. And Winjet is there for the block, along with Daisy Ryan. And I think the fans sitting in front of us here, Renee, are there. I think they're here cheering for the red team.
Oh, 100%, because that's Daisy Ryan's mom.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is one of the many benefits of having somebody who knows the territory as well as you here. You can play Spot the Celebrity like they were doing in the World Cup final the other day.
That is fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at it if I know the audience I'm playing with. Here's Gustafson turning into a bit of a celebrity herself this set. Not able to finish that off. Beathy back row, too strong. Some yes, some no from Ashley Beathy in this set, but showing you if this is your first time seeing her play, I had the privilege of seeing her play 5 or 6 times this past season. She's just a tremendous attacker, but the hit percentage is not where you want it.
It isn't right now, but at the same time, you're working with different people. It's
Sure.
the way it goes, but she's a player that would make an impact on any team, whether it's a Class A team like a Papio South all the way down to a D2 at Overton. Like, she's a difference maker out there.
Great up by McNair to keep this rally alive for the red team. They'll go right back to Beathy out of the back row. Took something off that swing, and Schneider forces it over and through the hands of Grumman. Well, justice there for Kendall Schneider. Called for an error a couple of points ago. She will get a setter kill. The red team 2 points away.
How often does a 5'5" setter get a kill over a 6-foot blocker? Kendall did tonight. What a great play by her. She's been working hard out there and doing a lot of like gritty, hard things at the setter position for the red team.
She says she admires Bergen Riley for her calmness and consistency. It's a pretty good setter to admire in this part of the world, that's for sure. Snyder with the set, can't get it to go. Ryan forks it free. Beathy with the set, Elsasser with the swing, no. Schneider with the setup, halfway between Gustafson and Ryan. No one on the same page that time. Grumman for Emery. Emery for Nelms. 114 digs another. And they'll try Gustafson on the left side. A rare roof against Gustafson tonight. Too tall to hit the line, and instead sends it right into the waiting arms of Peyton Erb.
Yeah, I was going to say, Gustafson's had one heck of a night, and she tries to cut that one back, as we saw in the replay right there. And Peyton Erb does a great job closing the block and cutting off that line of sight for Gustafson.
Columbus standout on her way to Lehigh, Peyton Erb, where she will be teammates with Mackenzie Winjet, who's on the other roster here tonight, but it will be on the same roster in a couple of months. Briar Ray tries to go line, and she does. Spins around after the termination. The red team has set points.
You know, and she was pretty quiet earlier on. She had a couple, off-speed shots, smart plays. She's now shown both her power, cross, like now she's taken another one, power down the line. Just an impact player.
The small school standout, Daisy Ryan, looking to end it, and she does. Finishes it off with a service ace, and justice for volleyball. We will play a set 5 here tonight in Lincoln. That's our whole family that's standing in front of us right now on their feet, cheering on the excellence and the exploits of Daisy Ryan. To set 5 when we come back on NCN.
Big ideas, bold graphics, quality products you're proud to wear. That is Custom Sports. Custom Sports, custom graphics, quality products, and timely service you can count on.
It's the thrill, the hope, the long shots, and the turnovers. The big hits, the kills, the dunks, the strikes, the surprises, the joy, and the heartbreak. And that's why NCN Sports bring you more than 200 live games every year. News Channel Nebraska. This is home.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you've got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
West Side head coach, but known tonight by all as the red team head coach, Andrew Worley. Coach, you guys were able to force a fifth set. How'd you do it?
Yeah, I think just extending plays and just timely runs. I mean, kids did a really good job of putting up some big blocks and slowing them down, and we've got some good swings.
How great has this week been to display the talent of volleyball in Nebraska?
Oh, it's been awesome. Just coaching in Class A, I don't get to see a lot of the other classes, and it's been so encouraging to me just to see how great the other classes are.
Coach, good luck in the fifth set.
Thank you.
Jake, well done. Thank you very much. And a big thanks to Andrew Worley for taking some time out of his set 5 preparations to join us here on NCN. Alongside Jake Bartecki and Renee Saunders, I'm Tim Hackett. Thanks so much for tuning in. We got what we were hoping for, Coach, a decisive set 5 to decide this match. What do you think Andrew Worley and Tim Hedger, Madeline Fosick, Lindsey Grant, everybody that's on these coaching staffs, what do you think they're thinking of, and how do they prepare for this fifth set?
I don't know. That was a gutsy call by Jake to pull a coach over right before the fifth set for that interview. But there's a lot of things. I mean, you go with obviously the players that are playing well and the ones that are making a difference, and then, you know, the best connection that you have, and then you let them just duke it out. Did we expect any less out of this game?
This is certainly what I was hoping for. And you and I know some of these players. You know some of them very well, but we're not cheering for any specific results necessarily, but this is what we were cheering for. And for a good match like this is exactly what we were hoping for. Mackenzie Winget will get credit for the first kill of this fifth set. It's standard rules apply first to 15 wins, and a hushed silence has fallen over the floor.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah, well, good job. The truck had it right.
That was nice of him to see. That's what happens when you talk to the coach right before the fifth set.
Well, it's nice of the refs to give him some clearance then. That swing, looked like it hit the line. No, it's just long.
That was a great shot by Liebsack.
Yeah.
I thought it caught the line as well, but it's like dead quiet in here too.
Everybody was waiting to see, because even though this game doesn't count per se, Renee, they were waiting to see what that call was going to be, because in a first to 15, as you well know, every single point could make the difference. Liebsack in stride, off block, Grumman Fields, touched at the net by Emery and then just forked over by Avery White. Schneider out of the middle. It's Peyton Sullivan spinning around Grumman to make the play. Liebsack cross court, fielded there by Kira McNair. They keep her in for 2 sets in a row. Ray back middle, fielded by Beathy. Emery to the right side. There is Avery White. Her first kill in a little while, Renee, but you know as well as anybody what a difference maker she can be.
Yeah, she didn't play in set 4, so it's nice for her to come out, get that first swing, and get a kill out of it. And she just powers that ball through the block using that left arm of the outside hitter.
We mentioned a lot of these gals play other sports, compete in other events over the course of the year. A lot of basketball, a lot of track, as you might imagine. Avery White's a varsity bowler in the volleyball offseason, which I think is awesome.
And the best line is when she tried out, she's like, she does everything left-handed except for play volleyball.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm left-handed. I'm a ringer. Like, it was funny. Like, that was, she's like, they might keep me just because I'm left-handed. I'm like, have you ever bowled? She's like, no. And she just kept working on it. ended up being a varsity bowler. It's a funny story, but it's awesome.
Bowling is a sport that I've covered a little bit, believe it or not, and you can have an advantage as a lefty because everybody else wears out that right alley, so no one else has adjusted or attacked the side of the floor that you attack. It's like being a right side. You're often alone out there.
There's so many times where if she doesn't get the right set, she hits it with her left hand
Wow,
and gets a kill.
that's so brilliant.
She's probably one that could probably swim through and get a left-handed kill if she wanted to. It's actually really safe to do that versus trying to lean.
There's nothing illegal about it as well. It is just smart. Adjusting Erb. If Coxon fires into the corner, that is really good course correction from Peyton Erb. Had to move her body back to get a piece of that swing. And not only did she get a piece of it, she sends it down for a kill.
And you can tell Hedger went with his power lineup. He's got Beathy out there, White out there, Erb out there, Liebsack out there. He's got all of his power hitters in on this game.
Winner take all here in set 5. Lamb, who started the night out there on that left pin for Worley and West Side. On that swing, here's Beathy. No chance for Schneider on that right corner. And Ashley Beathy showing you what she can do. On her way to Midland, excellent NAIA program here in the state. Her sister's on the roster there too. And she's going to make a difference for them, I know for a fact.
Well, yeah, that's a great get for Midland. He's got to be really excited and getting Cadence Hazy as well.
There's Peyton Sullivan right back on cue. Haven't seen too much from her as they've subbed her out, but man, give her a little bit of space and she terminates with ease. It's no surprise to see why she hit 450 this year.
She put that one down with authority. That is a wicked fast arm swing on the middle.
She is a talented player, no question about it. On her way to Wayne State, very, very good D2 program in this state. Beathy trying to go cross court, sends it a little bit wide. Be sure to stick around after the game. We'll have our player of the game brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. Sometimes, Renee, when we do these broadcasts, those players of the game are really easy to determine. I think it's a free-for-all right now, especially because it kind of hinges on who wins this set. Windjet on the right side, blocked back by Beathy. And Windjet will keep it in play all the way across for Lamb. Tries to tuck it inside, and no! Turnstiling out of the way as Mila Emery nearly caught a piece of her. If it did, it would have been a point for red.
Yeah, and Maddie did a great job there turning on that ball to take it down the line. Unfortunately for her momentum took it just a little bit wide, but really that was the only good shot she had on that play.
Our first look at Bella Suits in a while. She's had a nice night serving, but they'll side her out on one. They'll go right back into the middle. 12 with the kill earlier. That's 13. Taya Thaden's had a really nice night.
Taya Thaden is, I think every time she touched the ball has gotten a kill.
It looks like it.
I don't think that she's had really an error in an attempt. It's when she's getting set, she's terminating, and when she has an opportunity to block, she's blocking. She might be the most efficient player on the court tonight.
On the way to the University of Sioux Falls, Taya Thaden set out of sync for Bella Suits because of where that pass ended up, and the red team is going to get a service ace out of that. Merry Christmas to Maggie Miller.
Yeah, and Hedger smart there, going to split the serve receive, so now Beathy's over on the right side. Gives them a little bit more options here on serve receive in a rotation that they're a little stuck in.
Well stocked that right side a little bit with Suits over there, and they had her slide out to make that set. She's going to dig that one up with her wrist, sends it over on one. Cameron Burns is back on the floor. They'll go right back to her. She adjusts with the right hand. Fingertip shot won't go. Out of the back row, big rip by Liebsack. Waiting on a call. Initial call was long from our line judge, and now our officials will call it in.
Yeah, I was going to say that was really in. Let's watch and see on the replay what we see here. I thought that was a great swing.
Liebsack with the shot. You're looking at the.
It was by the free throw line.
We're pointing at it. You can't. We're
to
with
his
our
defense,
virtual
there's
telestrator.
3 sets of lines
there
back
are
there.
3 sets of lines back there. So you got to stand on the correct one and watch that flag. Not an easy gig. Right back on cue. It's Taya Thaden again, just upping that hit percentage that you're talking about.
I'm telling you, most efficient player on the floor tonight. And I'd rather be sitting up here with you than standing on that line down there. I tell you that. That's 100% sure.
I will agree with you on that every single time. Madeline Lamb, high float serve. Herb had to think about it. Suits adjusts, right side for Emery, spinning around McNair. Burns, not a lot on that shot. Waiting to see if they can rekindle her in this set. Liebsack, that one's definitely long. No doubt about that one. No need for an instant replay on that swing.
No, they were hoping to catch a touch on it, and I feel like that's volleyball players' favorite thing to do is beg for that touch. But I don't. I think that one just sailed long on her. They're just not quite in a rhythm on the blue team side.
This is a different looking lineup than we've seen so far, and they're going to need to get it going. It's 1st and 15 here in set 5.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries,
Online or in-store purchases.
and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Team Red 6 points away, and Team Blue stuck on 6 points here in set number 5. Team Red won set 4 to force a fifth, and a good ice serve for Tim Hedger and Lindsey Grant and company, forcing Madeline Lamb to send that wide and gives Team Blue a little bit of a lifeline.
We like to call those coach points. If they miss a serve after a timeout, it's a coach point.
Do you track that on your,
on
your stats over the course
100%.
of the year? There's a serve that's just a little bit long from Peyton Erb, so Team Red's going to get that point right back.
Yeah, then it's not a coach point anymore because we just lost it right
So
away.
you just cross it off in your list?
Disregard.
Kira McNair will stand in to serve. A standout at Concordia the last couple of years. School record for digs in a season this past year. On her way to Creighton to be a physical therapy student, and Lila Emery's going to get her first kill here in the 5th set. But what a career Kira McNair has had, and this number 18 in the bottom left corner here for Team Red. This game is special for her because it's giving her an opportunity to play again. She said she wasn't able to play the final few points of her team state tournament run, as Peyton Sullivan is able to force that down for a kill for Team Red. The libero for Team Red said wasn't able to play her final.
She was
last
chasing
couple
a
of
ball
points.
down. It happened right before our game. She's chasing a ball
You saw
down.
it.
No, I didn't see it. Ran a ball down. I think she even got it, but cut herself open. Yeah, didn't get a play. Hustle player. But besides her hustle, her serve receive's great. She's digging every ball hit at her. But her out of system, her second touch is beautiful. She's putting those hitters in a great position to make big swings, and she's just so calm back there. I'm really impressed because the only time I saw her play was that state tournament where I only saw a couple points, and one was her getting
knocked out.
Right, yeah.
She said this game was an opportunity for her to play one more game, kind of go out on her own terms, because that state tournament did not end the way that she wanted. Tough pass on that serve receive, great serve to tie her up. Avery White had the last kill, and she's got this one as well. Avery White bowls through the Team Red defense, and Team Blue's back within a point.
Avery does a great job of that high wrist snap where she can just reach up over the top of the block and then gets McNair high, which is hard for Bros to kind of deal with those balls that are coming high at the head. Great play.
Stay tuned for our post game, brought to you tonight by Custom Sports. We'll have a lot to bring you over the next little while, whenever this match ends. We're nowhere near that. Avery White looking for 3 in a row. Great stop by Lamb to prevent it, at least for now. Winjet forces it over. Emery back this way. Beathy in stride. Off hands and down for a kill. Team Blue has tied it up 4 out of the last 5.
And Beathy needed that kill. It's been a little bit since she actually had a good in stride, full approach swing, and that time she capitalizes on it and gets a kill.
Well, it was 9-7 or 9-6 rather when the blue team called a timeout, and Team Blue has now rallied all the way back. 5 out of the last 7 to tie it back up, and Team Red will call their first timeout of the 5th set. We'll keep it right here, Renee. This has been such a fun match. It's been a privilege to have you alongside. There's so much, the standard is so high in this match. We've tried to tell you a little bit about the successes that these athletes and these coaches have had. You've been a part of this game. Your players from Scott have been a part of this game. You got 2 out there right now. The standard is so high, and what's awesome, you heard this a little bit from Jake in set 1, and if you saw his story yesterday, Aaron Gegg and others talked about bringing all of these different players together. The only other time you get to see that is over at Pinnacle Bank or at the Devaney Center for the state tournament, where you've got all of these talented players and coaches of this sport here under one roof or maybe 2 roofs, playing this sport at such a high level. It's just a privilege to see all these girls out here tonight.
It's fun. And hey, We might even get some free volleyball out of it.
We said earlier we don't cheer for things. I'm cheering for that. And there's something to cheer about. What a serve for Hayden Liebsack. Ties up McNair. She slides it into the corner. Brilliant blast from Hayden Liebsack.
Yeah, she took a little bit off that one, and instead of her deep corner that she's kind of going for, that one dropped out down and in front of McNair.
Yeah, look, she's waiting for it to fall down to her hands a little bit. A bit of an adjustment from her just tonight. Winjet is sure there is a touch. Maybe she was just trying to sell it to us as well. She sends that blast long. That is now 5 straight scored by Team Blue, and Team Red is going to call back-to-back timeouts. Not something that we have seen here tonight, but it's now or never for Team Red. Team Blue all of a sudden 2 points away from winning this thing.
Yeah, not a lot of time where you can sit around and wait for something to happen, and you can't take the timeouts with you, so you might as well call them, get them regrouped, talk about the serve, maybe change what they're running, mix up your passers. They are in a rotation right now where they could actually move out of the rotation they're in, but they're not. They came right back out what they were. They kept McNair and right back. But if they wanted to, they could move their outside hitter over so that now she's Briar Ray over here, and that would then move McNair into the middle, and that would split their hitters. But I think Andrew maybe just wanted to call it and be done with it.
You're looking at the Team Blue huddle here, Renee, but Team Red has been out of this timeout that they called.
Oh, it was short.
They called it. They broke the huddle immediately, which, I mean, that's about as fast of a huddle break from a team that has called a timeout as I've seen. So it was just to stop the bleeding, reset mentally a little bit, and see if the red team can rebound and win this point. It's almost a must win. Another good serve for Liebsack. Emery to the right side, looking for Avery White again. Forks it over, no dice. McNair for Schneider. Schneider for Ray. Good up by Grumman, but she'll send it right back over. 2 red team players are there for the swing. Can you have a split kill, like a split sack? Both Sullivan and Winget are there. They both had a piece. Let's see who got the last touch on it.
They both did.
I think you take your pick if you're statting that at home. I think I'm going to give it to Winget, but
the way Sullivan grabbed her, I would say Winget probably got it.
That's how you know sometimes,
or she was just
right?
really relieved they got it back.
You go to whoever scored the goal first. Briar Ray just over the net. Good up by Liebsack to get a piece of it. Free ball from Beathy. Ray, Schneider, Sullivan, no doubt about that swing, but a good block back by Erb. Schneider back set this time. Winjet goes line and sends Marin Grumman spiraling. The red team has tied it up.
And just like that, we're tied back up. Winjet with that wicked line shot. Beathy didn't give her a ton, but she gave her enough that she had room, and Marin unable to get around it to make that play.
Winjet airliner right to the floor. Tied up at 13 apiece in set 5. Here's number 13 breaking that deadlock. Avery White gives the blue team match points.
We love it when Avery brings the hammer. And she's doing really well. Those balls are tailing a little bit tight to the net. Makes it a little bit tough. And Marin Brumman going back to serve with that wicked float. She's gone on multiple serve runs in this match.
She's been great tonight. The Scott Catholic Skyhawk off the top of the net. Lamb saves the day for the red team. White can't quite finish it off. Lamb looking to save it again. It's blocked by Erb. Did it stay in? Yes, it did. And Peyton Erb with the solo block to win it for Team Blue. Madeline Lamb does what she can. Erb was the only player at the nets. I'm not sure everybody was quite ready for this match to end, and if it stays in bounds, right on the line. All you need is a little bit of a touch, Coach. That's all she got.
What an ending. What an ending to an awesome game and awesome careers for all these athletes.
Fantastic match. Set 5 was our closest of the night, and Peyton Erb ultimately with the solo stuff on Lamb to finish it off. Both teams with runs, both teams with clutch points. And like we said, we don't cheer for any specific results up here necessarily, but this is the type of match we were hoping for. And everybody that was in this gym, the seats in front of us, underneath your main camera here on NCN, they were full here tonight. So they were excited for a great match, and that's exactly what they got.
They did, and you couldn't ask for a better ending than 15-13, fifth set, 2 teams duking it out. And at the end of the day, red team wanted that ball to go out and didn't quite make it.
That's the tough scene about it. The tough reality for a game like this is they were that close to playing another point. Instead, it ends with that. Peyton Erb with the solo block to win it for Team Blue. Team Blue wins 3-2. We'll be back with our post-game coverage, including interviews with our player of the game and our winning coach when we come back. Stick with us. More coming later on News Channel Nebraska.
The postgame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Check them out at customsportsco.com.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
What is Nebraska? Nebraska is 529 towns. It is 147 cities. It is 382 villages. It is 2 time zones and 3 area codes. It is Cook and Gurley, Palisade and Osmond, Wymore, Sydney, and everywhere in between. Nebraska is what we do. News Channel Nebraska. This is home.
Welcome back to Lincoln North Star. Once again, the scene of this high school volleyball showcase. Let's go down courtside. Jake Bartecki is with the winning head coach, Tim Hedger from Team Blue.
What a thrilling match. 5-setter, and it is the blue team, the champions of the Senior Showcase All-Star Game. Head coach Tim Hedger, also the head coach of JCC. What was that one like to be a part of? A lot of high-level talent out there.
Yeah, I mean, I was just telling them it's so great to be able to coach these players that I've seen at state over the last 4 years, and so many talented athletes from all the different classes, and it was just a lot of fun to be a part of.
What was your message to the team post-game? Because you guys got in a big huddle, and I know you went on a little bit of a talk there. What'd you say to them?
Yeah, I kind of what I just said, but then I kind of thanked them personally. Ashley from my team has played club with a lot of those girls, and over the last 2 years that she's played club with them, just how big of an impact they've had on her and how that's translated into our school team, and just kind of the message of like the little things that you do every single day have an impact on other people, and a lot broader impact than maybe you realize.
How awesome was it to be on the floor one more time with Ashley tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole reason I wanted to do this, was to be able to coach her one more time. She's a really special athlete, not just as a player, but as a person and a leader, and what she's done for our program and how she's led her underclassmates. So it was the biggest gift to be able to do this one more time with her.
Our player of the game tonight is Mila Emery with 12 kills. What did she tell or kind of show you tonight?
I was impressed with Mila since she's been a freshman, but from yesterday morning is just, you can tell she's a gamer. Every single ball, she's giving everything that she has. And she sets too. So she ran the offense half the time. She hit. She did a great job all around.
All right, well, Coach, congratulations. Let's
Thank
get
you.
Mila over here. Mila Emery, 12 kills tonight, couple of blocks in there, and she played a lot on the floor tonight, couple of hugs with friends and family. Here is our player of the game, Mila Emery. Congrats on the win. High-level volleyball. What was working for you to get 12 kills tonight?
I think we just kept mixing up our offense. I think I played a lot of different positions in that, so that kind of helped. But, I mean, credit to my other 2 setters. They're giving me great balls, and, yeah, it was so fun to play with them.
What did you kind of learn about the talent of volleyball across the state this week?
That it runs wide, and we had some tiny schools like me, Shelton, and Southwest, and we had some big schools, and we all just came together and played the game that we love.
Well, your coach, Tim Hedger, at least coach for the week, said he was very impressed with you, especially from yesterday to today, how you kind of adapted to what he wanted to do. What were your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I loved learning from him the last 2 days. It's been so fun. He was so encouraging and so helpful, and questions that everyone on the team had, including myself, and yeah, it was really great to learn from him.
Well, Mila, congratulations. Great performance.
Thank you so much.
That's Mila Emery, our player of the game. We'll send this back up to Tim and Renee.
Thanks very much, Jake. Well done as always, and a congratulations to Tim Hedger and to Mila Emery, tonight's player of the game here on News Channel Nebraska. Well deserved. Tim Hackett and Renee Saunders back up here topside at Lincoln North Star High School. Coach Saunders, you and I were talking about this. There were so many different ways we could have gone tonight for player of the game. Sometimes when we cover games here on NCN, it's pretty clear cut, especially with volleyball. It's often, who has the most kills. If the setter has a great day, it's typically one of those. But tonight could have been anybody. Mila Emery, though, deserved a choice.
100%, because she not only had a ton of kills and set a ton of balls, I wonder how many assists she had. She just showed how versatile she is as an athlete, from setting to playing right side to playing outside for a set, and really not showing a weakness in any one of those 3 positions. So Mila Emery, 100% deserving of that. But like you said, there's probably 10 players out there at any moment. Like end of first set, we probably could have had a player of the set.
Right.
Like we could have went through each set and had a player of the set. I mean, I think Cam Burns could fight for it. I think Avery White could have fought for it. I think Hayden Liebsack could have fought for it. I mean, I thought Maggie Miller did a great job. The liberos did a great. I mean, so many of them. Taya Theden, I mean, most efficient player today. All in all, heck of a game by all the players, and it's fun to see them all with their family now, and
this is
kind
awesome.
of the last hurrah.
That really sums it up for us, doesn't it? Like, this was the moment. We spoke about this over the course of the night, but this was the pinnacle, that goal that so many of these ladies have been searching for. This was the opportunity to play one final time. Alicia Johansson said, this is the time. This is my chance to be on the court one more time before she moves off to Rhode Island to play college volleyball at Bryant. But this is one more chance for them all to play here together in the state of Nebraska, as the case might be, and show off for this great crowd and for their family and friends one final time. Let's revisit everything that we have seen over the last 2 hours with tonight's top plays. The 2026 Nebraska Coaches Association Senior Volleyball Showcase, live from Lincoln North Star High School, a showcase of some of the brightest stars in the sport of volleyball in a state that is well known for it. Nebraska, the capital city, home to this once again. Team Blue got off to a roaring start. Renee Saunders, they dominated in the first set. The service game was really impressive. Hayden Liebsack, number 12 in the blue, had a nice night as well. Number 12 in the red, Peyton Sullivan, no slouch either.
No. Between the two of them, I think they could have made their own highlight film in the first set. And then Peyton Erb, obviously, coming up big at the net multiple times in set one.
You'll see that name and number quite a bit over the course of the night. Well, Team Blue dominated set one, and set two was pretty much the exact inverse of script. There's Taya Thaden, who had an extremely efficient night out of the middle for Team Red with that kill. Peyton Erb with the slide attempt and a one-on-one block from Olivia Gustafson.
Gustafson, the sets that she played, she could have been up for player of the match as well. Again, we had so many great options for that.
Here's one of the brightest stars, 5 in the red. Cameron Burns out of David City on her way to Drake University. She had a massive night on the right side.
She did, and we didn't really get to see her a ton in the fifth, just the way they got stuck in their rotations. But, yeah, she definitely went out with a bang.
That was definitely upsetting because of how well she played in that second set. There's a block on the other side for Team Blue. It's Emma Ammon and Mila Emery, who was our player of the game tonight, getting it done on the defensive side as well. Team Blue won set one. Team Red won set two, and back and forth we went. Set point here for Team Blue in set three. Floated over and down by Mila Emery, one of her match-high kills.
Yeah, right before that, we got to see the back-to-back. That might have been the most exciting part of the third set, those two blocks back-to-back.
Here's Olivia Gustafson rolling it down the tape for the kill. I don't think I've ever seen that.
We practice it all the time.
Yeah,
right?
That's exactly how you draw it up, right?
She practiced it 100%.
She had a nice night when she was out there, like you said. Can't make it back-to-back, and neither team could make it back-to-back set wins. Here's Gustafson right on cue, and this time the defense is able to get there for Team Blue, but Team Red would not be deterred. They win a must-win set 4, 25-19, sending us to a win or go home set 5. Peyton Sullivan and Taya Thaden out of the middle were really, really good for Team Red.
They were. They kept them in the game the entire time, and this was really a game of just really a couple runs for each team. Blue team coming up with the run at the end.
Mila Emery was great all the way throughout. And a little bit of controversy for the win. Madeline Lamb's shot rejected on a solo block by my middle Peyton Erb out of Columbus High School. It just barely stays in on that far line. Team Red can't believe it. Team Blue will take it. Team Blue wins set 5, 15-13. They win this match 3-2. Team Blue, your champions of the 2026 NCAA Senior Volleyball Showcase. What a thrilling night it has been. We started the night talking about this is a place that knows a thing or two about high-quality volleyball. Lincoln North Star does such a great work in all of high school athletics, but the state of Nebraska, the city of Lincoln, the overall metro area, I mean, NCN, we've seen a lot of great volleyball here on our station on our network over the last few years, and we got the chance to see some really, really high-quality volleyball in July. Right.
It was a great. We couldn't have asked for anything better. Great match with a great group of players and the coaches. All the feedback has been that it's been a great 2 days for these players and all the different things they got to do, and it all culminated in one heck of a match for us to watch and call.
I hope it's a memory that all these girls will keep with them forever, because that was kind of the overall talking point that they told us coming into this. This is something a lot of them have been working towards, looking forward to, and tonight they got to live out those dreams. Really, really awesome. If you enjoyed what you saw tonight, then don't go anywhere. Same time, same channel, same gym, different sport. We will have the Nebraska Coaches Association High School Basketball Showcase tomorrow night on News Channel Nebraska. The girls' game starts at 6. The boys' game starts at 8. We will be in this same gym. Alexis Markowski will be on hand for that broadcast, which is a selling point in and of itself. A lot of really great basketball players from all over the state will be on hand, just like we saw here tonight. On Saturday, we have a unique opportunity, a soccer-friendly Union Omaha against FC Juarez. That is a unique opportunity here on NCN. And then next week, we're back into the later on this month, I should say, we're back into the parade festivities, a little bit south of where we are right now, the Wilbur Check Days Parade. Either Jake or I will probably end up being at that in some form or fashion. That is a fun event, and an event that Nebraska is famous for, just like they are famous for high-quality volleyball at the college level, the D1 level and on down, and at the high school level, which is something that we have seen. I'm new here, Renee. I know you have been a part of this thing here in this state for a while. You can speak to it. I was super excited to come here and be a part of this atmosphere because of just how great the volleyball scene here is in the state. I love this sport. I know you do too. If you've been watching tonight, I'm sure you're the same way. This was a privilege to be a part of a showcase like this.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. This has been fun. It's been fun, and it's been great working with you.
Right back at you. Thank you so much for being a part of it. We are privileged to have you as well. We're going to sign off tonight. Thank you so much for watching the 2026 Nebraska Coaches Association Senior Volleyball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska. Bit of a maiden voyage for all of us here tonight for this particular event. Hope you have enjoyed it as much as we have. So one final time for Renee Saunders from Scott Catholic, for Jake Bartecki, and for all of us here on News Channel Nebraska, including our powerhouse crew of Danny, Paul, and Connor. As always, many thanks to all of them for all the work that they do. I've been Tim Hackett. We will be right back tomorrow for a high school basketball showcase starting at 5:50 Central. Hope you join us for that on NCN. Until then, thanks for watching. So long and good nights from Lincoln North Star.
Dedication ceremony was held over the weekend for an 1880 post office at the root of one of Nebraska's earliest French settlements.